5 AA Legion doubleheaders remain for the Jamestown Eagles, and they need to have 5 left. They want to move up in the AA standings. It's been a difficult start and a bit of a difficult season for the Eagles. Only 1-7 in league play and 10-23 overall, but there still is the time in exactly 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks until the regular season ends for the Eagles to start to make that climb, and they will try to do today against another team that needs some league wins themselves. We are at Jack Brown Stadium on a hot and relatively muggy, again, late July afternoon. It's the Jamestown Eagles hosting the Grand Forks Royals. Good afternoon from Jack Brown Stadium. David Burrell, thank you for joining us on Jamestown 107.1. And a reminder also that you can watch this doubleheader. Yes, we've got them both for you today. And we have the link to where you can watch it at newsdakota.com. It's brought to you by Johnny B's Brickhouse. You can also find it on the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. Cody Barrett helping us out with the video today. And we are so glad to have you with us. But the frustration has just continued, although there was a winning streak last week for the Eagles. They did win 3 in a row, but now they have a 4-game losing streak after a 6-5 win and a loss at a 9-9 counter to the Minot Vistas here yesterday afternoon after the Eagles had the lead in a lot of that game. Maulding hit a home run early on to make it 4-1. But the Eagles had the lead until the 9th inning when the Vistas scored 3 and 7 more errors. It's a team that's committed to many more errors, certainly, than they would like. And this is off before that, a sweep where the Helena Senators had double-digit runs in both games and a doubleheader sweep here on Tuesday where the Eagles were almost no hit in Game 2. It's not going a whole lot better for the Grand Forks Royals. They, like the Eagles, are only 1-7 in league play. But they are coming off 2 wins yesterday. They swept Detroit Lakes at Kraft Field in Grand Forks. So these teams know time to make things better. But really, frankly, both teams obviously, sure, they want to sweep. But in the context of if the teams split this doubleheader, it really doesn't do a whole lot of good for either of them, with them both being 1-7. We'll go down the AA Legion standings as we move along this evening. This is the S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show. Well, we know that Jackson Colpin will start Game 1 for the Eagles as he's looking to make things right. Gabe Schauer will go for Grand Forks in a doubleheader. Again, Twins are already in action today. They fell to the Cubs, in case you don't know. So we've got both games here, and we've got 2 evenings of doubleheader baseball next week for the Eagles during the Twins All-Star break, and we'll tell you about that as we move along this evening. So settle in for a late afternoon and evening of baseball, Jack Brown Stadium on the S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show. It is Jamestown and Grand Forks, and when we return, you will hear from Eagles head coach and also a Hall of Famer, and what an honor for him. We'll discuss that in a moment with Sam Joseph here on Jamestown 107.1.
Before you can start building a business, you have to have great builders. Hillerud Construction is a builder of high-quality commercial buildings, and they're hiring talented labor and carpenters to help them do just that. Vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and health insurance benefits for full-time employees, plus great pay depending on experience. Apply at 1008 2nd Avenue Southeast, Jamestown, or visit HillerudConstruction.com. Again, visit HillerudConstruction.com, and let's get building.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmys from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Opportunity to go by first without saying, in case you folks don't know, Sam is being inducted this October as an individual. He's there with the 2004 Jimmy baseball team already, but he's going to be inducted individually into the University of Jamestown Athletics Hall of Fame for the 2 terrific years he had in that decade in Jimmy baseball. Well, congratulations, Sam. That's a great honor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It hasn't really hit me yet. You know, I've been so busy with baseball here with the Eagles that I haven't really even soaked that all in. So as soon as the season gets over, we'll focus on that a little bit more.
Well, I'll ask you one more question about it, then we'll get to the Eagles. But what about when you came here and the opportunity that Tom Hager gave you to play and be part of this program? What are your best memories about that time?
It's just, hanging out with the fellas, getting to know everybody. Everybody's from different parts of the world, so you're gonna make me cry a little bit here. But just building awesome friendship, family, and that was the best part. The baseball thing, that's there, that's always gonna be there. But building the stuff outside of baseball is a true blessing. All
right, I'll get to your team now, and boy, it's just. Oh, boy, you've had games like this, like the one you've had yesterday. You have the lead until the ninth inning against a good Minot team, and unfortunately it seems like the same old story for your team all over again.
Yeah, we have to do better at crucial situations, try to getting, when we have runners in scoring position, we got to figure out, somebody's got to, step up and get that clutch hit to get those runs in. But we're still learning, we're a young team still, and we're still trying to figure those pieces out. And we have some guys on the team that, haven't really been there. We played a lot of younger guys last night to see what we got. We keep finding out more things each and every day with what we have for younger guys, and then with the little mix of the older guys. So, we're going to get there. I'm not right now. We just got to get better every day, and I felt like yesterday we took a big step forward with that.
It's just like any other sport. All it takes is reps and reps and reps, right? And that's the good thing with over 30 games, and you're going to have over 40 this season. You will have had a lot of reps.
Absolutely. That's the reason why we put the schedule together, just to have those kind of reps. You can't really practice those kinds of opportunities, those type of situations during practice. You just don't have that feel. But in-game situation stuff, that's when you're teaching. That's when we start to teach a little bit more and start explaining why we do the things we do. And the guys are starting to figure it out a little bit more. We stress to them, watch a lot of baseball. We had a great Twins game last night with the Cubs, and there's 3 guys in the booth that are just spitting out a lot of knowledge. So I hope they went home and, listen to that and, maybe learn a couple of things and then, bringing it down to Jack Brown Stadium.
All right. How about your pitching today?
We're going to go with our big unit, Jackson Copen. He's been our ace all year, and these are must-win games, so we're going to start off with him and then everybody else behind.
Sam, congratulations again. Thank you. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, more from Jack Brown Stadium. It's Jamestown and Grand Forks, a AA Legion doubleheader on Jamestown 107.1.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
And that's our SMBL Ave Maria pregame show because the Jamestown Eagles are on the field here at Jack Brown Stadium for Game 1 of this doubleheader, and they're going with their best. On the mound, Jackson Colpin looking for win number 3. 2-4 with a 2.81 ERA. 37 and a third innings. 25 runs, but just 15 earned. You know about all the errors with this team. 34 hits. Struck out 26, but he has walked 16, and he's hit 6. Opponents are batting just .231 against Jackson. And it's the Pit Stop Express Loop starting lineup for the Grand Forks Royals. Their best hitter is their leadoff hitter. Their best hitter who plays in every game anyway. That's Braden Brevick, center fielder. Caden Tossinson, the left fielder, bats second. Griffin Hogginson is the shortstop, hitting third. Matt Dosh, there's a familiar name, first baseman. He's the cleanup man. Gabe Schauer, the pitcher, bats fifth. Ryan Rickow, the third baseman, sixth. It's Rylan Cornton in right field hitting seventh. Cam Urian, the catcher, hitting eighth. And Max Graffenauer, the second baseman, bats ninth. And the first pitch of this afternoon's game is high and away for a ball. Our first pitch brought to you by R.M. Stout, your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. And the next is sent down the right field line and beyond the reach of the right fielder, Edison Walters. And Braden Brevick steams into second with a double, his fourth of the year. Before that at bat, he was hitting .391. So very quickly, Grand Forks with a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the top of the first inning. And left fielder Caden Tostinson is at the bat. 222 for Caden, 12 of 54. He has driven in 9. He takes the ball outside, got away a little bit from Bush, but no chance to advance. At second base for Braden Brevick. Both teams need wins. 1 and 7 in league play. Next one from Colpin is bounced to the right of the mound. Taken by Colpin. Throw to first for the out. His only play, but Brevick didn't go anywhere. He didn't want to take the chance. There's one out of being cut down at third base. So wisely, he stayed put. So one away, and that brings up shortstop Griffin Hogginson, who's at .345, 19 of 55, 5 doubles. He does have a couple of homers, and he's driven in 7 runs. First pitch bounces in and past the catcher Bush, and over to third base goes Braden Brevick, and it's ball 1. And the first run of this ball game for Grand Forks, now just 90 feet away. Just the second wild pitch this season for Colpin. Next one is in there for a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. We'll have them both for you here. And then 2 doubleheaders next week for you. Here is a pop foul out of play on the first base side. And the count's now 1-2. Bennett Gainer's at first base for the Eagles. Mason Joseph is at second in this game. Cale Verkey, the shortstop, and Hudson Rohde at third. Next pitch. Missed inside. Now it's 2-2. Braxton Perkins is in left, and with Nolan Maulding in center, and Edison Walters in right. Again, Thomas Newman not in the lineup, at least for game one. Cody Bush behind the plate. Next one is low, and that fills the count at 3-2. Yeah, they've had to deal with the off and on injuries, and mostly on for Thomas Newman, who has started to hit better, but his playing time remains limited. 3-2. Next one to Hogginson is foul down the third baseline. NewsDakota.com, the link to where you can watch today's game. Brought to you by Johnny B's Brick House. Next pitch is a little inside, and that's ball 4.
At the plate for the Royals, number 13, Matt Dosh.
So now, runners on the corners with one out for cleanup hitter and first baseman Matt Dosh. 294 for him, 10 of 34. Second most runs batted in on this team with 11. You know that name, don't you? Dosh? Yes, you certainly do. He's got a pretty well-known dad around these parts. Pitches in for a strike. Matt is the son of Tom Dosh, who has been brought back to Jimmy football. He'll be on Brian Mistro's staff, and he is right now. Bouncer up the middle, big hop for the shortstop. Verkey steps in the bag for one, throw to first, gets past Gaynor by a few feet, and in to score is Braden Breivik. So Dosh with his 12th run batted in on the fielder's choice.
At the plate for the Royals, number 12.
And there are 2 down, and now it is 1-0 for Grand Forks here in the top of the first inning. And Gabe Schauer, who is the starting pitcher for Grand Forks, will try to help himself. He bats here. Left-handed batter, took a first pitch strike. For Gabe, 333, 11 of 33, a double. He's driven in 5. And he takes the ball to even the count at 1-1. Double wild pitch. Walk, fielder's choice. It provided the run. Swung on and missed by Schauer. Jackson Colpin ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Next delivery is a fly ball foul down the left field line and out of play. On the 17th pitch in this top of the first inning for Jackson Colpin. Dosh on first with 2 down. A run in for Grand Forks. They're up 1-0 in the opening inning over Jamestown. Colpin looks in. Sets. Long hold. Here comes. This outside snap throw to first. Bounces. Gaynor's able to knock it down. And back to the bag is Dosh. Now the count's 2-2. So Schauer with an even count. Here's the next. It is a pop-up behind the plate. Under it is the catcher, Cody Bush. He has it, and that retires the side. But Grand Forks breaks on top. They had a run in the top of the first inning. 1 hit, a walk, a wild pitch, 1 left, and after a half inning on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard here on Jamestown 107.1, in game 1 of this doubleheader, Grand Forks 1 and Jamestown coming to bat. And let's bring you the Pit Stop Express Loop batting order for the Jamestown Eagles. Again, without Thomas Newman in it. But they will lead off Nolan Maulding, who homered here yesterday against Minot and has really shown improvement since joining this team in the middle of the year. He's playing in center field and leading off. Cale Verkey, the shortstop, bats second. It's Bennett Gaynor at first base hitting third. Jackson Colpin, the pitcher, is the cleanup hitter for Jamestown. Catcher Cody Bush bats fifth. It's Mason Joseph at second base, and he is hitting sixth. Edison Walters in right field bats seventh. It's Braxton Perkins in left field eighth. And the third baseman is Hudson Rohde, and Hudson is batting ninth. The Pit Stop Express Loop batting order for the Jamestown Eagles in Game 1. Gabe Schauer is looking for win number 3. He's 2-2. This is his 7th game, his 4th start. He has pitched a couple of complete games. ERA 4.80. The right-hander has worked 23 and a third innings, given up 27 runs, 16 earned, 34 hits. He struck out just 9. He's walked 10. He's also allowed 4 home runs. It's a 7-12 overall record for Grand Forks, and 2 of those wins came yesterday against Detroit Lakes up at Kraft Field. But it's a team that at times this season has been prone to give up runs. They gave up 23 runs to Fargo Post 2 in the second game of their doubleheader there. And the Eagles will see that Post 2 team on the road next week. Here is Nolan Maulding, who homered here yesterday. He's driven in 4. First pitch from Schauer. This is a strike on the outside corner. Left-handed batter, Nolan Maulding. Takes a breaking ball, and that's in there for a strike, and now the count's 0-2. You hear that breeze, and believe me, it's a help. Next pitch misses low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Need any sort of air moving anywhere we can get at this point. Maulding swings and misses at a fastball outside, and he's down on strikes.
Up next for the Eagles, number 28, Cale Verkey.
And Cale Verkey, the shortstop, comes up before yesterday. Again, these numbers we're going to give you, by the way, are before yesterday's game with Minot. But through Tuesday, it was 190 for Cale, with 7 runs batted in. He shows bunt and takes it high. 88 degrees in Jamestown right now, with 55% humidity. Welcome to summer. Breeze out of the south at around 16 miles an hour. Ball 2's low and away. That's going to help only so much in a day like today. Showers next. Is a fly ball into right field. Over goes Cornta. He's under it and he has it. And there's 2 up and 2 down in the Jamestown first.
Up next for the Eagles, number 5, Bennett.
And Bennett Gaynor is up. He's hit 3 of the Eagles' 5 home runs this year. 271 his average through Tuesday. 16 runs batted in. Gabe Schauer looking for a 1-2-3 first inning and misses inside with the first one to Gaynor. Kick on the next one by Schauer, misses high, ball 2. So, including this one, 5 more league doubleheaders to go, and they're all going to be tough. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a foul out of play by Gaynor. West Fargo, well, they're in the middle of the league at 6-6. That's Monday on the road, but you know what they did last year? They were basically in the middle of the week, and they ended up winning the AA Legion Championship. Gaynor with the next one, grounded off the glove of Rickel at third, and behind him, and reaching is Gaynor on an error, and the Eagles have a 2-out base runner here in the bottom of the first inning with Grand Forks up 1-0. Didn't take a particularly bad hop, but the ball really ate up Ryan Rickel. Now Jackson Colpin. Before yesterday, 262 was Jackson's average, 10 runs batted in. And his hitting has improved as the season has gone on. Got off to a very tough start. Grounded to the third. Rickel's able to handle this one. After he dropped it for a moment, now the throw's late. And on his way to third is Gaynor. And the throw there is too late. Well, it looked like Rickel had that ball, but now he's committed back-to-back errors and put runners on the corners for Jamestown with 2 down. Grand Forks thinking they should already be starting the top of the second, but instead, Cody Bush at the bat for Jamestown. 4 yesterday, 203 with a home run for Cody. So the tying run 90 feet away. Gabe Shower trying to pitch around 2 errors. Throw to first and just back in time is Colpin. That was close play. Colpin just able to reach that bag with his hand right before Matt Dosh put the tag on him. Now the first pitch misses a little outside to Cody Bush. So reprieve given Jamestown here in the last of the first, down 1-0 to Grand Forks. Can they take advantage? First and third, 2 down. Both runners reaching on errors. Shower, another throw to first. This one not as close. Colpin back to the bag and better time there than the first time. He had stolen 5 bases before yesterday. Ball 1 to Bush. Here's the next. Took a breaking ball in for a strike. And it's 1-1. Shower, a long look in to Gabe Erie and his catcher. Straightens up, and about 70 feet towards second is Colpin. Throws to the second baseman, but now they just look Gaynor back to the bag and let Colpin steal second base. That was the play where Jamestown tried to get a steal of home while Colpin was in a rundown, but Grand Forks read it well. And their main focus after Grafenauer caught the ball, keep the runner at third, which they did. So second and third now. And the next one is swung on and missed, and the count's 1-2. Bush, 231 with runners in scoring position this season for him. Second and third with 2 out here, and he fouls it past the Jamestown dugout on the first base side. Eagles in mostly white. The blue band around the top of the sleeves and the chest with Jamestown in white in it, the numerals in blue. Next pitch is a fly ball into right field. Corntail over for this one near the line has it, and that retires the side, so the 2 miscues don't hurt Grand Forks. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, but 2 left in the Jamestown first. We're through 1 on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard in Game 1 of this doubleheader at Jack Brown Stadium, and it's Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Jackson Colpin warms up for the Grand Forks second in a 1-0 royal lead over the Eagles. Ryan Rickow, Rylan Cornta, Cam Irian to bat in the Grand Forks second inning. Ryan Rickow, 10 for 35, that's 286. Has a double, driven in 7. Big swing and miss at the first pitch from Jackson Colpin. 2 errors he committed in the bottom of the first, but Gabe Shower pitched around him. Like a sinker that missed low. Ball 1, strike 1 now to Rickow. Colpin's next. Another big looping swing and a foul tip. Puts him in the hole 1-2. Colpin with the next one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. First strikeout for Colpin. Just beat him with heat there, and there's one out in the Grand Forks second inning. And Rylan Cornta at the bats. Korynta. He's been a good hitter when he's hit, which hasn't been a lot, but 6 of 19. That's .316. And he does have 5 runs batted in, and he takes a first pitch strike. Third baseman Hudson Rohde playing near the grass, thinking he might bunt. He doesn't. He slaps one to center field, but right there, had him played right. Nolan Maulding catches it for out number 2.
At plate for the Royals, number 6, Rylan Cornta.
So 4 in a row retired by Colpin. And here is Cam Urian, the catcher, and he takes a strike. And he swings and misses and is down on the count now 0-2. Cam, 11 of 49. That's .224, 2 doubles. He's driven in 6 runs. And the next from Colpin in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Playing him a little hole in the outfield. The left-handed batter. Erie took another one low. Now it's 2-2. Colpin's next delivery, a fly ball into short center field. In comes Maulding. Back goes the shortstop Verke, and it's Kao who makes the catch in short center field for a 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Colpin. And we're through an inning and a half now in the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard at Jack Brown Stadium in Game 1 with Grand Forks leading Jamestown 1-0 on Jamestown 107.1.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit jamestowncountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867. Last of the second, 1-0 Grand Forks on top. Jamestown and a couple of runners reach on airs in the bottom of the first with 2 out, but Cody Bush flew out to end the threat. So it's 6, 7, and 8 in the Eagle order. Mason Joseph, Edison Walters, and Braxton Perkins against Gabe Schauer. Mason Joseph before yesterday, 239, 7 runs batted in, 4 doubles and a triple for Mason.
Pushing the plate for your Eagles, number 0, Mason.
And Joseph will lead off. And his dad, of course, well, he's about to make his way into the third base coaching box. Jim Rolson manning things on the first base side. When I went up to Sam before we recorded our interview, and I said, congratulations. He said, on what? I said, what do you mean, on what? Here is the first pitch hitting Joseph. And the leadoff man is on for Jamestown in the bottom of the second inning, and Edison Walters at the bat. And Edison has improved his hitting. Before yesterday, he was at .326 on 15 of 46 with 12 runs batted in. And as Sam Joseph did say also in our pregame, Situational hitting is continuing something that this Eagle team is learning. As he keeps reminding us, and he's right, it's still a relatively young ball club. First pitch from Shower to Walters, misses inside. Mason Joseph has stolen 4 bases. A little bit of a lead. And Shower looks over there. Right-hander straightens. Third baseman Rickow comes in. Throw over to first. Grand Forks thinking something may be up. They have some shades of blue in their unis and their tops. Mostly what they call the Columbia blue, or in Chapel Hill they call it Carolina blue, with some darker blue stripes. White numerals in blue trim. He is bunting, and it is down the first baseline. Picked up by Shower. Throw to first. Got him. Good bunt. That was a wide throw. Dosh did a good job there to keep his foot in the bag. Walters has his 5th successful sacrifice. 1 down now with Mason Joseph on second base. And the batter is Braxton Perkins, the Eagle left fielder. 242 before yesterday. Again, all these Eagle numbers we give you before that game with Minot yesterday. 6 runs batted in, ball 1 inside. Joseph on second with 1 out. Next from Shower. High, and it's 2-0. White pants, white caps for Grand Forks. When they came out, and even in their very last infield warm-up, they were wearing all white. About 14 Mr. Cleans out there. Next pitch is bounced to the left side. Rickow takes this one. Throws high, but able to catch it is Dosh and tags the runner. Ooh, 2 down. Joseph on to third. And a good play by Matt Dosh there. He saved a run because that throw was way high. From Rickow, who's got a bit of the jitters at third base. He's made 2 errors already. Now, Hudson Rohde playing third for the Eagles today and takes one in the dirt, but it's blocked well by Cam Arian, ball 1. Just reached his glove out. Before yesterday, 164 for Hudson with a double and 7 runs batted in. So again, Jamestown with a runner on third. They're down 1-0 to Grand Forks last of the second. Next one is in there for a strike. 1-1 to Rohde. 1-1 delivery is in there too, and now in the hole is Hudson at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Come on over. Plenty of baseball to come tonight, and there's more action here Saturday, by the way. Next pitch is a little low. Eagles here, along with Post 8 from a town I know, Pierce, South Dakota. They'll be here on Saturday. Next one is inside, and the count's full with 3-2. And along with the Detroit Lakes, who this Grand Forks team beat twice yesterday. They'll all be here, 3 games here on Saturday. 3-2 pitch. Is strike 3 call. Rohde looked at it to retire the side. And for the second straight inning, the Eagles leave a runner on third base. No runs, no hits. A hit batter who made it all to third, but 1 left. And the Eagles have left 3. And we're through 2 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard in Game 1 of this doubleheader on Jamestown 107.1 with a 1-0 Grand Forks lead over Jamestown. We're glad to have you with us.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring, and this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, physical medicine with personal connection. Are you looking for a rewarding job in a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smthealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smthealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smphealth.org/Ave Maria.
Third inning, first ball hitting is Max Grafenauer. Grounds it to third. Good play by Hudson Rohde, who throws him out. One pitch, one out in the Grand Forks third inning with the visiting Royals up 1-0 in game one of this doubleheader. David Burrow with you, and thanks for joining us. But come on over, a full evening of baseball here. And then, as we say, you have the chance to come out here on Saturday and see plenty of good action. Back to the top of the Grand Forks order, and Braden Brevik, who had another hit his first time up. His average not far from 400. He doubled and has scored the game's only run, and he takes a first pitch strike. Next one is low and away. Ball one, strike one to Braden Brevik. Jackson Colpin going for win number 3. Kicks and delivers the next, and it bounces in. So Saturday, it's going to start at 1 o'clock when the Eagles play Post 8. That's the team from South Dakota's capital of Pierre. Next pitch. Little high. Then it's Post 8 and Detroit Lakes. After that. Then at 5, it's the Eagles and Detroit Lakes. And ball 4 now misses inside. And Brevik on base again, as he is a lot for Grand Forks, with a one-out walk here in the top of the third with Grand Forks up 1-0. He has stolen 4 bases. Caden Tostenson, the batter. Bounced to the right of the mound, and Colpin threw him out his first time. First ball hitting, bounces it to Verke at short. Flips to second for one. Throw to first, got him, double play. They turn it, another good play by Cale Verke. This time the double play is completed, and just like that, the inning's over. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, but the double play and nobody left in the Grand Forks third. And on Jamestown 107.1 and the Gun Reel Sports scoreboard at the end of 2.5 innings. Still Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing.
It's Twins baseball season, and at RM Stout Incorporated, we're hitting a grand slam of deals on new and used vehicles. Just like the Twins, we're dedicated to winning for you. From sleek sedans and SUVs to powerful trucks, find your perfect ride at RM Stout Inc. We've got the selection, the service, and the financing options you need. So root for the Twins and cruise on down to RM Stout today. Visit us in Jamestown. Call 701-252-2270 or browse online at stoutcars.com. RM Stout Incorporated, for the best value.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at TRAC. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out TRACJamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Top of the order for Jamestown, last of the third inning in game one, trailing Grand Forks 1-0. It'll be Nolan Maulding, Cale Verke, and Bennett Gaynor. Left-handed hitting Maulding, struck out swinging his first time against Gabe Schauer. First pitch this time up is in for a strike. Swing and a miss. Maulding had another big cut and a high fastball. Now he's in the hole at 0-2. Schauer ready for another, and this one's bounced to the right side. Taken, good play by Matt Dosh. Right to the bag. He comes, steps on it, and there's one down.
Next up for your Eagles, number 28, Cale Verke.
And Cale Verke at the bat. The Eagles shortstop flew out his first time to right field. Once again, Jim Rolson in that first base coaching box this time. Pitch is in for a strike. Having a friendly chat with one of the base umpires. Tireless, that's one word to describe Jim, that's for sure. Next pitch misses a little inside. Ball one, strike one. You would think anyone would want to have a little relaxation in the summer, it'd be Jim, but he loves helping coach this Eagle team. A bunt foul down toward the Grand Forks third base dugout has Verke down on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Straight away in the outfield, normal depth on the infield for Verke. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's low. Smothered by the catcher, Arian. 2-2. Gabe Shower ready with the next. Swing on and miss. Struck him out. And that's the third strikeout now for Verke and the second out in the Jamestown third with Grand Forks up by a score of 1-0. And Bennett Gaynor at the bat. Gaynor reached on the first of those 2 errors by the third baseman Rickow in the bottom of the first inning. And the Eagles are still looking for their first hit. First pitch. Fly ball down the left field line. Over to chase it is Tostenson reaching out. It's in foul ground. He can't quite reach it. It was about 20 feet foul as it turned out. Tostenson nearly made it there, but it just ends up in an eventful strike. Reminder again that you can watch this game. We have the link to it at newsdakota.com. It's brought to you by our great friends at Johnny B's Brick House with as good a pizza as you're going to find for many miles around. I know. I've got one in the freezer for Saturday night. Here's a fly ball into left center field. Should be an easy play for Brevik. He has it, and the side's retired, and that's 6 in a row retired by Gabe Shower. Gunner Reel Sports Scoreboard. Quickly, we're through 3 innings in Game 1 of this doubleheader here on Jamestown 107.1 at Jack Brown Stadium. Grand Forks has a 1-0 lead over Jamestown.
Johnny B's Brick House, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Swiftly, this game moves to the 4th. Grand Forks up 1-0 on Jamestown, and the Royals visiting in Game 1 of this doubleheader have 3-4-5. Griffin Hogginson, Matt Dosh, and Gabe Shower due up in the top of the 4th, and admittedly reaches Ryan Rickow. Well, the only hit that Jackson Colpin has given up so far was the double lead off the game by Braden Brevik. He later scored in that first inning. Griffin Hogginson to the bat. He walked in the opening inning, and he takes a first pitch strike at the knees. The next one is a little low. Ball and a strike. We got them both for you here on Jamestown 107.1 this evening, as we will on Monday and Wednesday of next week. 1-1. Low and away. First, we will be at Young Field in West Fargo on Monday. Eagles into the defending champion West Fargo Patriots. Didn't mean to swing, couldn't stop it. Picked up by Colpin in the dirt in front of first base, and underhand flip to first. And unluckily for Hogginson, he's out.
Up next for the Royals, number 13, Matt.
One down in the Grand Forks fourth. He tried to stop his swing all he could, but before he could pull the bat completely back, the ball just went off his back and rolled conveniently for Kolpin to the first base side of the mound for an easy play. Now Matt Dosh, who's driven in the game's only run, that was on the force out in the first inning. He did stop his swing and took a ball low. 88 when this game began at Jack Brown Stadium, and it hasn't gotten any cooler. Breaking ball missed inside. Now it's 2-0 to Matt Dosh. I'm sure Tom's here someplace. He's got to be. Next pitch. In the shade, I hope. Blown away, 3 balls and no strikes. But we talked with Tom earlier in this summer. He is just thrilled to be back with the Jimmy program. Here's ball 4 inside. Matt Dosh has a 4-pitch walk.
At the plate for the Royals, number 12, Gabe Shower.
Of course, it was Tom Dosh that was the head coach for Brian Mistro in the 2000s for those excellent teams. The last time the Jimmies made the NAIA football playoffs. Here's Gabe Shower, who fouled out to the catcher to end the top of the first inning. Kolpin's first one is a strike. But he told me about Matt and said, yeah, I got to do some whole lot of traveling around this summer. So that at least is keeping Tom, well, he's already busy this summer. Next one bounces in. Good block there by Bush. 1 ball, 1 strike. But football coaches are always busy, aren't they? Their seasons never end. 1-1 to Gabe Shower. Kolpin with a long look. Now he fires and catches the outside corner with a fastball strike. Now 1-2. 1 strikeout so far today for Kolpin. He's walked 3, but none of those so far have hurt. 1-2 pitch as the runner goes, and is a ground ball, and off the shoulder of Joseph. He recovers and throws him out. Dosh on to second, 2 down. That was a good recovery by Mason Joseph on a ball that took a strange hop and appeared to go right off the right shoulder of Mason Joseph. But he just let the ball fall in front of him, pick it up, calmly threw him out, kept his wits about him. Here is Ryan Rickow. He was that strikeout victim his first time up, and he takes a strike on the first pitch here. 1-0 Grand Forks. Royals have a runner on second. They lead and bat in the top of the fourth in Jamestown. This beautiful field in Jack Brown Stadium, and pitch is low. 1-1. It's Luke Stillwell, and the other assistant coach was making the point today. Gary, good job to take care of this field after the hard rain with the thunderstorm late last night. 1-1. Here's the next. It is on the outside corner for a strike. Now 1-2. Dosh with his lead off second. Kolpin trying to bring the Eagles back to the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rickow. And a ground ball to short, taken by Verke in front of the second base bag, throws him out, and that ends the top of the fourth. So again, the walk does not hurt Jackson Kolpin. No runs, 1 hit. No hits, I should say, a walk. No errors and 1 left here in the top of the fourth inning for Grand Forks. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. That's right. We go to the bottom of the fourth in the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Do I need another vacation? Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing. Here on Jamestown 107.1.
Get ready for your child's next sports season with the comprehensive Well Child Visit or Sports Physical at Essentia Health. Our team ensures your child is fit and ready to perform at their best by updating immunizations, discussing mental health concerns, and answering questions about nutrition and safety. Schedule now at essentiahealth.org for a convenient appointment that fits your schedule. And stay ahead of the game.
Gabe Showers retired the last 6 as he's set to face Jamestown here in the bottom of the 4th. Jackson Colpin leads off in a 1-0 Grand Forks lead. First pitch low. Colpin reached on the second of those 2 errors in the bottom of the 1st inning, but was stranded and was nearly picked off. 1-0 delivery is a little wide. 2-0. Matt Dosh is at first for Grand Forks. Max Grafenauer is second. Griffin Hogginson, the shortstop. Ryan Rickow at third. Bouncer, big hop for Hogginson, the shortstop. Throw low in the dirt, but got him. Good scoop by Dosh. And just beat the speedy Colpin by no more than a half step. And 1 out in the Jamestown 4th, where Grand Forks up 1-0 over the Eagles. Cody Bush up. He flew out his first time. First one from Shower is a strike on the outside corner. This game moving right along. We've been here about 45 minutes and already in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bouncer rolling foul down the third base side. Hey, there's Luke Stillwell manning the third base coaching box this time. But it's now 0-2 to Cody Bush. Eagles still looking for their first hit. Next from Shower. Pop foul out of play on the first base side. Still 0-2 to Cody. It was Bush who broke up the no-hit bid of the Helena Senators here on Tuesday night in Game 2 of that doubleheader with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th in an 11-1 game. That was the last chance. Bush swings and misses, striking out. Now 2 down, 4 strikeouts now for Shower, and Mason Joseph comes up. Joseph was hit by a pitch to lead off the second, made it all the way to the third, but was stranded. Pitching has been the story of this game to this moment. First from Shower is a foul tip by Joseph. Watch this game. Johnny B's Brick House brings you the live and archive video. The link to it is at newsdakota.com, or you can look in the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. Next pitch. Joseph out in front of that one, fouls it. Picked up and dropped by Luke Stillwell. Luke. That's an E, man. 0-2 to Mason. He says, give me a break, I'm a hockey coach. Shower 0-2 to Joseph. Gabe with the next, and it just missed inside. Half the Royals were making their way to the third base dugout. They thought the inning was over, but they didn't get the call, and now it's 1-2 to Joseph. The next from Shower is strike 3 called on the outside corner. Joseph stopped his swing, but it didn't matter because Gabe Shower put it right where he wanted it for his 5th strikeout. And another 1-2-3 inning. Gabe Shower has now retired 9 straight hitters. Through 4 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard at Jack Brown Stadium. It remains Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing on Jamestown 107.1.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Linton, and Wishing, as well as Gilbert, Arizona. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The 5th inning already. Grand Forks up 1-0 in batting against Jackson Colpin. And doing so here is Rylan Cornta, who took a ball low. Cornta flew out his first time. Well, only one hit in this entire game so far. Cornta swings and fouls it on the third base side behind the plate. 1-1. Yeah, that was the Braden Brevik double to lead off this game for Grand Forks. He eventually scored, and it's still 1-0 Grand Forks, top of the fifth over Jamestown. Each team 1-7 in Double-A Legion play. Next pitch misses high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. We promised you we'd go over those standings. And there is a clear leader in the league. Next one's low, and it's 3-1. And that is Fargo Post 2, who the Eagles will see in Fargo next Wednesday night. They are 14-0 in the league. Here's another one high, and the count. A strike call, and the count's 3-2. Here's the next. Pop up, third base side, but it's blown out of play. Taking a look was Rhodey, but it's behind the dugout. Yeah, 14-0 for Post 2. They just have the Jamestown doubleheader left at home on Wednesday, and then they've got one with Post 400, but they are in good shape to be the top seed in that State Legion tournament. Here is ball 4 just outside, and Colpin issues his 4th walk. Scornta is on to lead off the 5th inning. Cam Urian, the batter, the catcher, popped out his first time. Will Corinta be running? Well, he hasn't stolen a base yet, hasn't tried one. This team hasn't run very much. First pitch from Colpin. They don't run here as it missed a little bit outside. Corinta bluffed like he might go, but then stopped. Ball 1. Rhodey near the grass on the third base side, thinking a bunt might be in the offing. And it is, Urion missed it. Now it's 1-1. He has struggled at the plate. Just 220 now after that pop out his first time up, 11 of 50. The 1-1 pitch. Bunt again. This one's foul on the third base side. It's 1-2. But it wouldn't shock me if the bunt was still on here. Because you get the feeling runs are going to be hard to come by in this game as long as Schauer and Colpin keep pitching so well. Urian waits at a 1-2. Long look by Colpin. Here it comes. He's swinging away, and he lines it foul. Urian does down the right field line. Would it help to say I wouldn't have been shocked if they still didn't have the bunt on, or is it too late for that? 1-2 to Urian. I guess you can't do that after the fact, right? Next pitch from Colpin, swung on and missed. Urian took a big swing at a pitch in the dirt. He definitely swung at ball 2.
Next up for the Royals, number 8.
First out in the Grand Forks 5th with a 1-0 Royal lead over the Eagles and a man on first. And to the 9th hitter in the order, Max Grafenauer, the second baseman, who bounced out to the third his first time. First pitch. This one's a fly ball into center field. Easy play for Moulding. Nolan has it. Back to first goes Corinta. Now 2 down.
At the plate for the Royals, number 4, Braden Brevik.
So, back to Braden Brevik at the top of the order. A double, the only run of the game, the only hit of the game so far. That was in the first, and he walked in the third, but was erased on the double play. First from Colpin. Little outside. Two trips to the greater Fargo area for the Eagles next week. And we'll make them 2. Pitches a strike. Again, it's West Fargo at Youngfield Monday here on Jamestown 107.1 515. Then Wednesday against that outstanding Post 2 team in Fargo at Williams Stadium. Looking forward to being there. Again, 5:15, and that's on Wednesday. Pitch is low, and it's 2-1 to Brevik. That, of course, is where North Dakota State plays baseball. And, of course, Grand Forks plays in a former D1 venue, Kraft Field. That's where UND baseball played when they had a baseball program. Here is a ground ball to short, underneath Verkey and into short left field. Right between the wickets for Kale. On to second is Quaranta. And an error, the first of this game on the Eagles, extends the inning. And brings up Caden Tostenson. 0 for 2 with 2 ground balls, but responsible for 3 outs. Second one was a double play ball, and he takes a strike. Throw to first, quicker, the second quickly, and diving back in is Quaranta. So the Eagles, hoping that an error doesn't hurt here, they committed 7 in that loss here yesterday to the Minot Vistas. Next pitch. Just a little low. Ball and a strike now to Tostenson. Quaranta on second and Brevik on first with 2 down. Colpin with another pitch. Ground to the right side, scooped up by Gaynor right along the line. Steps on the bag to retire the side, and the Eagles hold off another Grand Forks threat. In the Grand Forks fifth, no runs, no hits, an error, but 2 men left on base. To the bottom of the 5th inning on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Here on Jamestown 107.1, we've got a good ball game so far. It's still Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing in Game 1.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmys from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Eagles, number 9, Edison Walter.
Eagles would like runners, and they've had a few, but they'd like a hit. They're down 1-0 to Grand Forks. Gabe Schauer has struck out 5. Just 3 base runners so far for Jamestown. Edison Walters at the bat. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up in this game. And he had to skip rope out of the way in an inside pitch. I don't know how that didn't hit him. Ball 1. The back-to-back errors put Gaynor and Colpin on with 2 out in the first. They were stranded. Joseph was hit the lead off the second. Those are the only 3 Jamestown runners so far. Swing and a foul and a good inside pitch by Schauer. Now it's 1-1 to Walters. Watch this game. We have the link to where you can see it at newsdakota.com. Brought to you by Johnny's B's Brick House. Our thanks to Cody Barrett for taking care of the video this evening. Here is a foul back, and it's 1-2. Mr. Barrett tells me, and he's just gotten done with a football camp today. Mr. Barrett tells me that he expects to be at least on the offensive line for the Blue Jays and maybe starting both ways. He's going to play a lot, that's for sure, in his senior year. 1-2 is a bouncer left side. In charging is Rickow. Throw to first is too late. A slowly hit ball, and Edison Walters is able to beat it out for the Eagles' first hit. And the tying run is on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning with a 1-0 Grand Forks lead. Walters just knew, and you know what a good athlete he is, just leg it out. And he did. And he's on with the tying run. Now left fielder Braxton Perkins, who grounded out his first time. Rickow charging it as the bunt is shown. It's high, and it's ball 1. Bluffing going was Walters, but Edison did not. Rickow was on his horse coming in on the grass. Let's see if the bunt's on again with a ball one count. Showered with a high hold. And to throw to first, and out at first is Walters. He was leaning the wrong way. Edison thought he'd made it back to the bag, but just that little bit of a lean. And a good move by Shower. And Walters is wiped off for the first out. And the next pitch is grounded to third. And Rickow's up this one. With this one, throws across for the out. And just like that, 2 out, nobody on. Boy, how this game can change in a hurry, can't it? And Hudson Rohde at the bat. Boy, the margins can be so thin in this game, can't they? Just that little bit of a lean. First pitch to Rohde. He's first ball swinging and missing. It was very close at first base. Eddie, as we said, thought he was safe. Swing and a miss by Rohde. He's down on the count now at 0-2. Shower working quickly. In with another. Bounces in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thankfully, some clouds have come in to be in front of the sun. Doesn't look threatening here. Not like, well, it got a little rough last night, didn't it, late? 1-2. Breaking ball misses inside. Thankfully, nothing like we had a few weeks ago, but there were 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. No hail in Jamestown, at least. 2-2. The next from Shower, a little bit outside, and the count's full. That wasn't an easy pitch to take for Rohde, but he did. 2 out, nobody on. The payoff from Gabe Shower to Hudson Rohde is foul back our way. Everybody all right over there? Max O'Neill might have had the best chance of that one down at the other end. Another 3-2 pitch from Gabe Shower to Hudson Rohde with 2 out and nobody on is coming. And it's right in there for strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Gabe Shower. So the Eagles do come up with their first hit, but he is erased on the pickoff. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. Game 1 of this doubleheader in the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard now through 5 innings at Jack Brown Stadium. And the score remains Jamestown, Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
Sixth inning, each team with only 1 hit. Grand Forks up 1-0. First ball hitting is Hagginson. Good play on the mound by Colpin. Low throw at first, but out is Hagginson. And 1 pitch and 1 out. In the Grand Forks 6th inning with a 1-0 Royal lead. The difference, a first inning run. Breivik led off with a double. Matt Dosh later brought him in with an RBI on a force out. And here is Dosh, who walked in his second plate appearance. Colpin's first pitch. First ball swinging, fouling it back is Matt. Superb pitching so far in this game from both Cade Shower and Jackson Colpin. Colpin in that Blue Eagle cap delivers. Next one, way inside. 1-1 to Dosh. Next one is bounded on the third base side. Rhodey a little double clutch and throws too late. Couldn't get the ball out of his glove as he charged it down the third baseline, and able to beat it out is Dosh for the second hit for Grand Forks. And Gabe Shower at the bat. He'll try to help himself. 0 for 2 with a foul out and a ground out. Dosh has stolen a couple of bases. This team's only stolen 12 in their 19 games. Foul tip at the plate by Shower. He's down strike one. Lead off by Dosh. Off first. Gainer holds him there. Next from Colpin is in there for strike two. Colpin with the next. Swing on and miss. Struck him out. Shower is out number 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. And that's the third strikeout for Jackson Colpin. Now, Ryan Rickow, who was one of the strikeout victims in the second, he's 0 for 2. And he swings at the first one. Taken by Colpin. Good play on the mound. Easy flip to first for the out. And only 8 pitches needed in that inning for Jackson Colpin. No runs, no hits, 1 error, no runs, 1 hit and no errors, and 1 left in the Grand Forks 6th inning. Well, another chance for Jamestown in the last half on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard here on Jamestown 107.1. Grand Forks in this swiftly moving game holds on to their 1-0 lead.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
One of the fastest games we've ever seen is in the bottom of the 6th inning at Jack Brown Stadium, Game 1 of this AA Legion doubleheader. Grand Forks still leading Jamestown 1-0. David Burrow with you. Both of these teams are 1-7 in league play. Jamestown 10-23 overall. Grand Forks 7-12. And both trying to work their way up the standings, each with 5 doubleheaders to go, counting tonight. Nolan Maulding to lead off for Jamestown in the last of the 6th inning against Gabe Shower, who's allowed just 1 hit, and that was last inning, and Maulding swings and misses. Strikeout and a ground out for Nolan. Next one from Shower. Swing and a foul over the third base dugout and out of play. That's where Grand Forks is. Strike 2 now. To Nolan Maulding, will be followed by Cale Verkey and Bennett Gainer. Shower's next delivery. High and outside. One ball, 2 strikes. Shower with the next. Low. 5:15 again on Monday. Jamestown at West Fargo. We'll have them both. That's during the Twins All-Star break, of course. 5:15 Wednesday. Jamestown at Fargo, post 2. Low. And, well, was 0-2 to Maulding. He's worked it to a full count at 3-2. Shower has not walked a batter yet. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball down the right field line. Having to charge his Corrington near the line. He makes a good catch. That ball not hit terribly hard, and Quinta had to come in about 45 feet from where he was playing.
Number 28, Cale Verkey.
And there's one out in the Jamestown sixth, and Cale Verkey comes up. A fly out and a strikeout for Cale in this game. So those two doubleheaders next week will be our last regular season Eagle broadcast for you. First pitch is a bouncer to third. Charging is Rick out. Throws to first from the grass. He got him.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 5, Bennett.
And now 2 out in the Jamestown sixth. They're down to their final 4 outs. And Bennett Gainer's at the bat. 0 for 2. He's reached on an air and flown out. Only 3 hits in this game so far. First pitch in for a strike. Both pitchers have been just brilliant. 0-1 pitch from Shower. And it is bounced off of foul territory and off the plate in foul ground. Went forward. So it's a foul ball and it's strike 2. Shower trying to face 3 in an inning for the 4th inning in a row. Did give up a hit last inning, but the pickoff play erased the runner. 0-2 to Bennett Gainer. Here's the next. And it's hit hard. Backhanded Rickow. Good play at third along the line. Long throw. Got him at first. Well, Rickow has certainly made up for his errors earlier. He made an excellent play there. And Jamestown, for the 3rd time in the last 4 innings, goes down 1-2-3. And at the end of 6 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard in a dramatically fast-moving Game 1 of this doubleheader on Jamestown 107.1, it's Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing.
Need some custom screen-printed T-shirts? Lots of T-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit jamestowncountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
Blink and you miss it in this game. We're already to the 7th inning. Brilliant pitching performances by Jamestown's Jackson Colpin and Grand Forks' Gabe Shower, and it's Grand Forks with a first inning run, continuing the lead by a score of 1-0. And it's 7, 8, and 9 in the Grand Forks order here in the top of the 7th inning. Rylan Corinta, Cam Urion, and Max Graffenauer, and if anybody reaches, Braden Brevik. Corinta with a fly out and a walk in this game. We have Game 2 still ahead for you here on Jamestown 107.1, so stay right here with us. Jackson Colpin's first pitch, and Corinta took a strike. That was the 82nd pitch for Jackson. 50 have been for strikes. He now has 16 first pitch strikes and a swing and a miss. Corinta's down on the count 0-2. Colpin working quickly, ready with the next. And swing and a miss. Corinta's out on strikes.
At the plate for the Royals, number 3, Cam Urion.
One down. Cam Urion took a strike. Just free and easy on the mound for Jackson. Pitch misses high, 1-1. Urion and pop out and a strikeout. High again, 2-1. Jamestown will have the middle three of their order in the bottom of the seventh, hoping to only be down a run. Next pitch low, and the count is 3-1 to Cam Arian. Next pitch, swinging a foul toward the Grand Forks dugout on the third base side, and the count is full. Shane Martin, I think, had been warming up, just made his way back to the Eagle dugout. Here's the 3-2 pitch, strike three in the outside corner. Two strikeouts to start the top of the seventh inning for Jackson Colpin in Jamestown. That's 5 punch-outs now for the right-hander with Max Grafenauer at the bat for Grand Forks. He's grounded out, and he's flown out. And he takes another first pitch strike. Now a ball away. Breaking ball is in for a strike. And the next one's a little bit low. Two and two. Colpin ready with the next. And a roll to the left side. Big hop for Verke. Kale takes it, throws low, but dug out by Gaynor at first, and the side is retired. Good play on both ends. So Colpin has his second 1-2-3 inning, and now Jamestown's chance to steal this one. We go to the bottom half of the seventh inning. Last chance for the Eagles on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard here on Jamestown 107.1 in Game 1 of this doubleheader. They trail Grand Forks by a score of 1-0.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring, and this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection.
In our pregame, Eagles head coach Sam Joseph went so far as calling it a must-win game. I guess every league game in Legion is that way, but with a team that has struggled so far, you can understand why he put it that way. And here's going to be Jamestown's chance, but they've managed only one hit so far off of Gabe Schauer.
At the plate for the Eagles.
And they'll send up Jackson Colpin to lead off the bottom of the seventh inning, and Thomas Newman has a bat in his hand in the on-deck circle, so he's going to bat for Cody Bush. Colpin has reached on an error and grounded out. Gabe Schauer, along with Colpin, they've both been brilliant on the mound. First pitch misses inside. Whoever wins this game is going to have a big sigh of relief, and it's going to be a pretty bad feeling for whoever loses it. Although there's still another game to go, but this one would be as tough as any for Jamestown. First ball hitting, high fly ball to right field. In comes Corrinta. He's under it. He has it, and there's one out in the bottom of the seventh.
At the plate for the Eagles.
And Thomas Newman
Number 11, Thomas
makes his first appearance in this game. Did not start. Of course, he has battled injuries going back to the Blue Jays season. Before Tuesday, 273 for Thomas, 15 for 55, 9 runs batted, and still hasn't had an extra base hit in this Eagles season. Shower's first pitch on the way, low for a ball. But Newman, through it all, has still been able to swipe 21 bases. He swiped over 30 for the Blue Jays. Next pitch is in for a strike from Shower, 1-1. 1-0 Grand Forks. Jamestown batting with 1 out and nobody on, last of the 7th. Their final chance in this game. Next pitch, Newman grounds it to second. Good play by Grafenauer. Throws to first wide, but taken by Dodge, who's made a couple of good plays at first base. Catches that one for the out, 2 down, and the Eagles are down to their last shot. And it's second baseman Mason Joseph. Hit by a pitch his first time up, struck out his second. Gabe Shower trying to complete a one-hit shutout. Delivers a first one a little high. Joseph does have 5 extra base hits. Takes ball 2 high. Let's see if Mason takes again. A first inning run for Grand Forks, the difference. Shower with his next. Low and away, ball 3. Might take again. Eddie Walters would be next. Ball 3, no strikes. Shower on the way to Mason Joseph. Swings at this one, rolls it to short. In comes Hogginson. Throws on a hop, and this one skips past Dosh. So Joseph reaches. The tying run is on.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 4, Brenner Weber.
The third error of the game for Grand Forks. The other 2 were in the first inning and extended that rally at least for a moment, but Jamestown couldn't score. Now, Brenner Weber's going to bat for Edison Walters. Weber, of course, capable of some power. The left-handed hitter representing the winning run. 218 this season. First pitch from Shower. First ball hitting is a line drive caught by Dosh on a backhand to end the game. My goodness, Weber just absolutely scolded it, and Matt Dosh completing a superb defensive game at first base with the backhanded stab of the line drive secures the victory for Grand Forks. He saved at least extra bases and probably the tying run. In the Jamestown 7th, no runs, no hits, 1 error and 1 left. Grand Forks holds on in a just brilliant pitcher's duel. Cade Shower just barely outduels Jackson Colpin. And the final score in the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing. Grand Forks now 8-12 overall, and they improved to 2-7 in league play. And for Jamestown, loss number 5 in a row, drops them to 10-24. But now they are 1-8 in Double-A Legion play, with still a second game of the doubleheader to come. The RM Stout postgame show is next from Jack Brown Stadium here on Jamestown 107.1.
Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smthealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smthealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smthealth.org/Ave Maria.
It's Twins baseball season, and at RM Stout Incorporated, we're hitting a grand slam of deals on new and used vehicles. Just like the Twins, we're dedicated to winning for you. From sleek sedans and SUVs to powerful trucks, find your perfect ride at RM Stout Inc. We've got the selection, the service, and the financing options you need. So root for the Twins and cruise on down to RM Stout today. Visit us in Jamestown. Call 701-252-2270 or browse online at stoutcars.com. RM Stout Incorporated, for the best value.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
An absolutely brilliant pitching duel. Someone was going to take a tough loss, and it was the Jamestown Eagles who did. A Grand Forks first inning run, the difference. The Grand Forks Royals take Game 1 of this Legion doubleheader by a score of 1-0. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for Grand Forks. The Royals left 5 on base, no runs, only 1 hit for Jamestown, 1 error, and they stranded 4. The winner is Gabe Shower. He improves to 3-2. Jackson Colpin, pitched a 2-hitter, but takes the tough luck loss, and he is now at 2-5 in a game that took only about an hour and 20 minutes to play. As good a pitching as you would want to see. And a game where some close calls, a pickoff hurt Jamestown. They left a couple on an important situation. We'll recap the whole game in just a bit. But for Jamestown, the losing streak at 5 and a tough defeat drops them to 1-8 in Legion play, with still Game 2 of this doubleheader with Grand Forks to come here at Jack Brown Stadium. The final score in Game 1 on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard was Grand Forks 1, Jamestown 0. And we will recap how the runs scored on our RM Stout postgame show next on Jamestown 107.1.
Get ready for your child's next sports season with the comprehensive well-child visit or sports physical at Essentia Health. Our team ensures your child is fit and ready to perform at their best by updating immunizations, discussing mental health concerns, and answering questions about nutrition and safety. Schedule now at essentiahealth.org for a convenient appointment that fits your schedule. And stay ahead of the game.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Linton, and Wishick, as well as Gilbert, Arizona. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmys from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
If you're just joining us and wondering why the first game isn't in about the fourth or fifth inning, absolutely brilliant pitching in Game 1. Grand Forks outlast Jamestown by a score of 1-0. Gabe Schauer with a one-hitter for the win. Jackson Copeland of the Eagles, a two-hitter, and the loss. Well, the difference came, as it turned out, in the first inning of this game, at least on the scoreboard. Braden Breivik, really one of the two best hitters for Grand Forks, led off the game with a double, went to third on a Copeland wild pitch. With one out, Griffin Hogginson walked, and then Matt Dosh with a grounder to short. Cale Verkey stepped on the bag at second, but Dosh just beat the throw to first to not only prevent the double play, but allow Breivik to score what turned out to be the game's only run. Jamestown, as it turned out, had one of its two great scoring chances in the bottom half of the first inning. With 2 out and nobody on, Bennett Gaynor and Jackson Copeland both reached on errors by Grand Forks third baseman Ryan Rickow, but Cody Bush flew out to end the threat. Jamestown had another chance in the bottom of the second inning. Mason Joseph led off by being hit by a pitch. Eddie Walters bunted him to second, and Braxton Perkins with a ground ball moved him to third, but Hudson Rohde was caught looking at strike 3, and that threat went by the boards. Meanwhile, Copeland issued a one-out walk to Breivik in the top of the third for Grand Forks, but Caden Tostenson grounded into a double play. Meanwhile, Schauer continued to be excellent on the mound for Grand Forks, retiring Jamestown in order in both the third and fourth. Dosh drew a one-out walk in the fourth, but was stranded. Then came the fifth inning, and a walk and an error put 2 on for Grand Forks, but Tostenson grounded out to end the threat. Then, bottom of the fifth inning, Eddie Walters led off and beat out an infield hit, but quickly thereafter was picked off first base by Schauer. It was a very close play, but just leaning the wrong way was Walters, and Perkins grounded out. Rohde struck out to end that threat. Dosh had an infield hit in the sixth, and that turned out to be the last base runner for Grand Forks. Jamestown had one last shot in the bottom of the seventh inning. With 2 out, Joseph reached on an error, and then Brenner Weber just hit the daylights out of the ball. But Dosh, who made a couple of good plays, scooping ground balls out of the dirt, saved his very best defensive play for last with a backhand stab of a ball that was headed toward the right field corner. He absolutely at least saved extra bases and probably saved the tying run from scoring. And Grand Forks held on for the 1-0 victory. The pitching lines were both great for Schauer 1 hit, a hit batter, 6 strikeouts, and no walks. For Colpin, just a run, 2 hits. He did walk 4, but he also struck out 5. And it's Grand Forks that hangs on for the 1-0 win in Game 1 of this Legion doubleheader, sending Grand Forks to 2-7 in league play, and Jamestown is now at 1-8. This is as good a time as any here between games on our Armstown postgame show to go over what the standings are in AA Legion play. We mentioned during Game 1 that Fargo Post 2 is in the driver's seat to have the top seed in the state tournament later this month out in Williston, which, of course, will be there for the Eagles action. Post 2 is at 14-0. Fargo Post 400, who comes here in the final week of the regular season. Well, they're 8-2. Minot, the Vistas are at 9-5. Bismarck at 7-7. West Fargo and Williston both stand at 6-6. And Dickinson is at 5-7. So they're in the 7th spot right now. Grand Forks, with this victory, improves to 2-7. Jamestown is now at 1-8. And Mandan, and they appear to be destined to play on the first day. In fact, that's set. They are going to play in the very first day of the state tournament. They can't finish any higher than 7th. They only have 1 doubleheader left. Mandan is at 3-13 in league play. This is the only AA Legion action going on tonight. There is 1 doubleheader coming up on Saturday when Fargo Post 400 plays Minot out at Corbett Field. And on Monday, as we've mentioned, at Young Field in Grand Forks, it'll be the Eagles in West Fargo, and we'll have that for you 5:15 on Monday here on Jamestown 107.1. And Dickinson and Williston will play at Artie Noffett Stadium in the other Legion doubleheader on Monday. And then West Fargo, the night after they play the Eagles, they'll host these Grand Forks Royals on Tuesday. So there's still plenty of action ahead. And again, this is why it's so important. It's going to be so important for Grand Forks, especially if they can sweep this doubleheader to try to move up. Jamestown now at 1-8, and their chances of avoiding that first day. They had to play, remember, in the first day in the state tournament over in Fargo last year, and they won that game. But it's looking more and more likely like they will have to play in the first day of the state tournament again. And again, that AA Legion state tournament begins on Monday, July 28th, and it will be in Williston at Artie Noffett Stadium. So Williston having the chance. They not only hosted the Class A high school state tournament this year, although it couldn't be at Artie Noffett Stadium. They had to move it to Bismarck State College because of the rain during that time. But Artie Noffett will be the host of the AA Legion State Tournament, and then that begins on, as we say, on Monday, July 28th. That'll be the day of the 7 versus 10 and 8 versus 9 games, and the winners move on to the double elimination part of that tournament that will begin on Tuesday. And, of course, we will be there for the Eagles action at State Legion Baseball. But still, plenty of Legion games left in the regular season for Jamestown, trying to come off a tough loss to take in Game 1 of this doubleheader. On the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard in Game 1, Grand Forks 1, Jamestown nothing. We've got more to tell you about in between games. We'll recap what was a rough afternoon for the Twins against the Chicago Cubs. That is next here on Jamestown 107.1.
The Frontier Port invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s port. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Port, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
Here's your forecast from Ag Central meteorologist Mick Kerr, and with tonight's weather, here's Liv.
Tonight, showers and thunderstorms, some strong.
low near 70. Some hail also possible. Friday, partly sunny, high near 80 to 84. Wind turning northeast 10 to 25 miles per hour. Rain and thunderstorms likely in the morning and again afternoon.
There's our forecast. For more, log onto our website, newsdakota.com.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Original!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Austin with the Jamestown Country Club here, reminding you that Labor Day is just around the corner, and we're inviting you to come play in the annual First Community Credit Union Labor Day Classic. Festivities are kicking off on Friday night, August 29th, with the Calcutta, appetizers, cocktails, and fun. You won't want to miss your chance to play in the annual FCCU Labor Day Classic, August 29th through September 1st. Call the Jamestown Country Club today at 252-8448 or email jcc58401@gmail.com.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring, and this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection. Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smphealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smphhealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria.
It's Twins baseball season, and at RM Stout Incorporated, we're hitting a grand slam of deals on new and used vehicles. Just like the Twins, we're dedicated to winning for you. From sleek sedans and SUVs to powerful trucks, find your perfect ride at RM Stout Inc. We've got the selection, the service, and the financing options you need. So root for the Twins and cruise on down to RM Stout today. Visit us in Jamestown. Call 701-252-2270 or browse online at stoutcars.com. RM Stout Incorporated, for the best value.
We are in between games of this AA Legion doubleheader at Jack Brown Stadium. The Grand Forks Royals eking one out in a great pitching duel in Game 1, beating Jamestown 1-0 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard and dropping the Eagles to 1-8 in AA Legion play. I'm David Burrow, and we're glad to have you with us. Earlier today at Target Field, the Twins went for a sweep of the Chicago Cubs after taking the first 2 games of this series. And they had Chris Paddock on the mound today, but he struggled as this game got going. The man they call the Sheriff didn't have it easily today. Nico Horner gave the Cubs the lead in the second inning with an RBI single, 1-0. Then Kyle Tucker was on for the Cubs in the top of the third, and Pete Crow Armstrong, one of the main reasons that the Cubs are where they are at the top of the National League East, struck for Chicago.
Pete Crow Armstrong now the batter, 2 out, runner at second, and he swings and hits one high in the air to deep center field for Bader. Bader backs up, base of the wall, leaps at the wall, and it's gone for Pete Crow Armstrong. A 2-run shot for Pete Crow Armstrong. Had been 0 for 9 in this series, but he blasts number 24 to straightaway center field, and it's 3-0 Cubs.
Chris Atterbury on the Treasure Island Baseball Network, as you heard earlier this afternoon here on Jamestown 107.1. What a year that young man is having. Matt Shaw increased the Cub lead to 4-0 in the top of the fourth with a sacrifice fly, and then a line drive single by Michael Bush. That was in the top of the fifth inning, and the Cubs' lead was even further along at 5-0. Also in that, Dansby Swanson with an RBI single, 6-0 Cubs. Twins got a run back in the last of the fifth off Colin Ray, who pitched a very good game for the Cubs today, the 11th homer of the year for Cody Clemens. And it was 6-1 Chicago. Paddock lasted only 5 innings, gave up 6 runs and 11 base hits. The score was still 6-1 in the top of the 7th inning when Crow Armstrong struck again.
And this ball hit high in the air for Crow Armstrong to right field. Wallner turns and watches, and it's gone. Another home run for Pete Crow Armstrong, number 25. And it's 7-1 Cubs.
And the Cubs were on easy street behind Crow Armstrong's big game. Bush had an RBI ground out in the 9th inning, and the Cubs won 8-1. Colin Ray now 7-3 with 7 great innings, a run and 3 hits. The Clemens home run, the only run for the Twins. Paddock now only 3-8. His ERA is nearly 5. So the Twins, prevented from sweeping that series, are now at 45-48. And now it's the Pittsburgh Pirates target field for the first of 3 tomorrow night. What about this pitching matchup? 2 All-Stars will be on the mound. Joe Ryan, who, in case you didn't hear yesterday, was named as a replacement for Houston's Hunter Brown on the All-Star team. So Ryan, he'll go to Atlanta, but he'll pitch tomorrow night against Paul Skeens. What a matchup that is. We'll have it for you here on Jamestown 107.1 at 6:30 tomorrow evening, Game 1 of that series. Then Game 2 is Saturday afternoon at 12:30, and then Inside Twins at 12 noon on Sunday, and then that's it before the All-Star break, and that's why we're able to bring you Eagles doubleheaders on Monday and Wednesday. Of course, Byron Buxton, and he is expected. They're thinking he may be back on the lineup tomorrow. Just had a contusion after taking a pitch on the hand last night. The Twins are thinking he may be back in the lineup tomorrow and certainly should be ready for not only the All-Star game on Tuesday in Atlanta, but the Home Run Derby on Monday night. So the Twins have the 3 with the Pirates, then the All-Star break, and then their first action. Next action after that is against the awful Rockies in Denver a week from tomorrow night. That'll be the first game out of the All-Star break for the Twins. In between games of this doubleheader at Jack Brown Stadium, can the Jamestown Eagles bounce back after a tough Game 1 loss? Grand Forks with a 1-0 victory in Game 1 as Gabe Schauer pitched a one-hitter, and Matt Dosh was one of the other stars in that game for Grand Forks. Not only did he drive in the game's only run in the first inning by beating out what would have been a double play ball, scoring Braden Brevick, who had a leadoff double. He made several fine defensive plays, first scooping balls out of the dirt on grounders, and then catching backhanded a line shot by Brennan Weber that probably would have tied the game. It would have been a drive down the right field line that may have scored Mason Joseph all the way from first, but the great catch by Dosh ended the game and gave Grand Forks their second league win. We're just about ready for Game 2, and it's coming up from Jack Brown Stadium. Grand Forks and Jamestown here on Jamestown 107.1.
enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Jamestown 107.1.
Ready for Game 2 of this doubleheader with Hudson Rohde on the mound for Jamestown. Grand Forks off a 1-0 win in Game 1 sends this Pit Stop Express Loop batting order up. Braden Breivik, the center fielder, leading off as he did in Game 1. Caden Tostenson is pitching in this second game for the Royals, and again, he bats second. Griffin Hogginson is the shortstop hitting third. Matt Dosh, we've told you about what he did in the opener. He's the cleanup hitter again, and again the first baseman. Game 1 winner on the mound, Gabe Shower is in right field batting fifth. Mason Griffin is the third baseman in this game, hitting sixth. Cam Arian, who caught in Game 1, is the left fielder this time for Grand Forks in batting seventh. Max Grafenauer is the second baseman, and he hits eighth. And the catcher is David Larson, batting ninth. The Grand Forks Royals Pit Stop Express Loop batting order.
At the plate for the Royals, number 4, Brendan
Hudson Rohde, 1-4 in 22 2/3 innings. His ERA 4.94. 20 runs allowed, 16 earned, 23 hits, struck out just 7 and walked 17. He's allowed a couple of long balls. And the Eagles turn to him in Game 2. Braden Breivik, who had one of the 2 Grand Forks hits in the opener, takes ball 1, and we're underway with Game 2, and we hope you enjoy the action. Colpin able to go all the way in Game 1. They want Hudson Rohde to do the same here. Ball too low. And you get behind on the count to this hitter, and he's going to put you in some trouble. Had one of the 2 hits, the double in the first inning in Game 1. Now ball 3 misses low, and it's a 3-0 count to Braden Breivik to start Game 2. Only an hour and 20 minutes or so for that first game. 3-0 pitch is coming, and it's in there for a strike, 3-1. Rohde delivers the 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Breivik. Now it's 3-2. Jackson Colpin is at first base for the Eagles in Game 2. Ethan Otley in there at second. Bennett Gainer's at shortstop in this game, and Eddie Walters at third. 3-2 pitch is fouled at the plate as Breivik couldn't stop his swing. Cody Bush is in left. Nolan Moulding is in center. And Shane Martin is in right field. And Brenner Weber is behind the plate. Again, Thomas Newman not in the starting lineup. 3-2 pitch again. Low, ball 4.
At the plate for the Royals, number 5, Caden.
And that'll bring up Caden Tostenson. So Breivik, who led off Game 1 with a walk, leads off this game with a walk, and he has stolen 4 bases. We've told you the Grand Forks doesn't run a whole lot. Let's see if they have something going here. Tostenson went 0 for 3 in Game 1. Rohde's first pitch to him. Stopped his swing, took a strike anyway. Kolpin playing at first base. He's holding on Braden Brevik. In on the grass is third baseman Edison Walters, looking maybe for a bunt. And Tostenson does show bunt, and he missed it and took a strike. It's 0-2. Tostenson steps out. Now he's right back in. You would imagine the bunt would be off here with an 0-2 count. And this is a pretty good hitter. Rhodey looks in. The 0-2 delivery is low. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jamestown mostly in white. The blue band around the upper arm and the chest with Jamestown in white in that. Numerals and letters otherwise are blue. Pitches high and it's 2-2. Caps are blue. White pants, those who are showing their sanitary socks, well, they're blue. Some of them have the George Hendrick look down to the ankles. 2-2 pitch. Missed a little inside. Now it's 3-2 to Tostenson after it was 0-2. Big pitch here for Hudson Rhodey with Brevik on first, just underway in game 2. The next pitch. And a little looper into short left field for a base hit. Brevik is on to second. That's good hitting there by Tostenson on a pitch that looked like it had tied him up inside, but Tostenson fought it off and put it into short left field, and the first 2 are on for Grand Forks here in the top of the first inning. Now shortstop Griffin Hogginson, who went 0 for 2 in the opener with a walk. Rhodey in a jam now, 2 on and nobody out. First pitch is a strike right down the middle. Hogginson again stopped his swing, but it didn't matter. Next pitch. Bounces in, good backhand stop there by catcher Brenner Weber. It's 1-1.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
1 ball, 1 strike to Hogginson. Next pitch misses a little high. 2 balls and a strike. Rhodey looks back at second. Here comes the next. Swinging a little looper into short center field. That's in for a hit. Brevik held up at third, but then the ball skips past Maulding, and Brevik's able to score. So Griffin Hogginson has an RBI single. Brevik scores. Tostenson the second. And again, Grand Forks scores in the opening inning and has a 1-0 lead. First and second still, and here's Matt Dosh. Drove in the only run in game 1 by beating out what would have been a double play ball for a force out in the first inning of the opener, and he takes a strike. So he made the difference offensively and defensively, too, with those great plays, including on Weber's line shot to end the game. Great backhanded catch. 0-1 pitch is a grounder to the right side. Second baseman Otsley flips to Walters for 1. Throw to first, double play. Tostenson's on to third. The well turn there for the double dip. Otley to Walters to Kolpin, now 2 down. And Gabe Schauer, the game 1 winner on the mound for Grand Forks, the right fielder this time, steps up. He went 0 for 3 at the plate in the opener with a strikeout. Rhodey's first pitch. Swing and a miss, and Schauer nearly swung out of his spikes. Well, it's not going to be easy to get one out of here with this wind blowing in, as it has been the whole game. Ball low and away. 350 down the left field line to the pole here at Jack Brown Stadium. Another one low and away, 2-1. And, of course, only 300 to right, but there's the big moss-covered fence above that of about 20 feet because, you know, the James River's right over there. Next pitch. Low and away now, it's 3-1. 365 to dead center in front of the scoreboard. 3-1 to Shower. Here's the next from Rhodey. And a little looper and past the reach of the second baseman Oddly into short center field for a base hit. In to score is Tostenson. Gabe Shower drives in a run with a single. Oddly nearly caught up to that, but instead it's 2-0 for Grand Forks here in the opening inning. And up steps Mason Griffin, the third baseman. He didn't play in game one. And he takes a strike. Griffin, 6 for 30. That's 200. He has 1 run batted in this season. Next pitch is a bouncer to the left of the mound. Taken by Rhodey. Flips to first for the out, and that retires the side. But it's a good first inning for the Grand Forks Royals. They scored 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. There were as many hits in the top half of that first inning as there were in the entire first game. After 1/2 inning on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard, Grand Forks looking for the sweep to Jamestown coming to bat. Now it's the Gunner Reel Sports, the Pit Stop Express Lube batting order for the Jamestown Eagles in Game 2. Newman does play, but as the DH. Thomas Newman not on the field, but he is leading off. He's the designated hitter in this game. Shane Martin, the right fielder, is batting second. It's the shortstop Bennett Gainer hitting third. Jackson Colton at first base in Game 2 for the Eagles, and he's the cleanup man. Nolan Maulding, the center fielder, bats fifth. Cody Bush in left field in Game 2 hits sixth. Ethan Otley is the second baseman batting seventh. It's Eddie Walters at third base, bats eighth. Brenner Weber is the catcher, and he hits ninth. The Pit Stop Express Lube batting order for Jamestown. Caden Tostenson, Grand Forks turns to him, and he has struggled on the mound. 3 appearances, all starts, all losses. 0-3, and his ERA is 12. He's worked 14 innings, but allowed 25 runs, 24 earned on 29 hits. He struck out just 5. He's walked 7. He's hit 4 batters. He's thrown 3 wild pitches. Shower picked up his 3rd win earlier. Keegan Hensrew does a couple of wins, but a high ERA. This team's ERA before Game 1 was 5.85. Defensively for Grand Forks, Matt Dosh is at first base. Max Grafenauer is at second. The shortstop is Griffin Hogginson, and Mason Griffin at third. Camurian in left, the center fielder Braden Brevick, and Gabe Shower in right with David Larson behind the plate. So it is Thomas Newman, the DH, to lead off. He pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th inning of the opener. And the first one to him here is in for a ball. Newman at 268 now, 15 of 56, 9 runs batted in. Next pitch misses low, 2-0. Newman still has not had an extra base hit for the Eagles this season. Next one, Newman takes again, misses low, and it's 3-0. And you would imagine Thomas would be taking another one here. 3 balls, no strikes. Tostenson ready with the next, and this one's in for a strike. And the count's 3-1. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday evening. Sunshine again, the weather not threatening at all. Next pitch inside, ball 4. Newman is on with a leadoff walk, and that's not what you want to do with him because he has stolen 21 bases. And even with the nagging injuries he's had, that has not stopped him from running. Shane Martin playing in right field in this game. Before yesterday, 1 for 7 for the season. Looks down to Sam Joseph for a sign. Let's see what's on here. Newman about a 3-step lead. Tostenson delivers. Runner's not going. First pitch is in for a strike. Martin did not show bunt. He does have 1 successful sacrifice this season. Look over at first by Tostenson. Newman hasn't made a move yet. Now he does. And his swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Bounces into short center field, but not far enough for Newman to advance. And he has stolen base, number 22. The pitch was a called strike, so now it's 0-2 to Shane Martin. 2-0 Grand Forks, bottom of the first inning in Game 2 after Grand Forks won a brilliant pitcher's duel in Game 1, 1-0. 0-2 to Shane Martin. Could Newman be on the move again? They're not holding him, and he's got a long lead, and there he goes as the pitch inside. Now he stops, and it's 1-2. Boy, Newman really made a good bluff there. He was down the line about 30 feet.
For the Eagles, number 5, Bennett Gainer.
And the pitch was a called strike, not a ball to Martin, so Martin is out. So it's Bennett Gainer at the bat. And there goes Martin toward third base. He's going to be thrown out easily. Well, they didn't fool him that time. Tostenson, nope. Newman's going to stay on base because I think the home plate umpire has called a balk. All three of the umpires are going to talk about this. Tostenson's not happy. He had Newman out by 40 feet. But now the umpires are going to say, never mind, it's a balk, and Newman is on third base. He's not particularly happy about it, but they're saying apparently he made just a little bit of a move toward the plate before he made that throw to third base. I mean, Newman was only halfway down the line, the tag easily put on by Mason Griffin, but the balk negates all of that, and Newman's on third base with one down. Bennett Gainer went 0 for 3 in Game 1. He's playing shortstop in this game for the Eagles. Tostenson's first pitch to him. Swing and a foul back our way. In fact, over our heads. And behind us, strike one. We're right down the first base line at Jack Brown Stadium. Some wispy, thin clouds, but again, the sky's not threatening, but it's still warm. Fly ball by Gainer into right center field, but over is Shower, and Gabe has it. Newman tags. The throw is cut off by the pitcher, Tostenson. In to score is Newman. Jamestown's on the board, now trailing by a score of 2-1. So a sacrifice fly by Gainer is his 17th run batted in. 2 down. And that'll bring up Jackson Colpin at first base in this game for the Eagles. Tostenson's first pitch is in there for a strike. Colpin 0 for 3 in Game 1. This time a fly ball into right field. Shower back on it, reaches, can't bring it in. Had a little trouble picking that ball up. Colpin on his way to second as the throw comes back in, a double. I don't think Shower picked up that ball very well off the bat and started to come in on it. He's standing in shade in right field behind that big moss-covered fence, but he was trying to see that ball out of sunshine. Couldn't pick it up, and Colpin has a 2-out double and represents the tying run as Nolan Maulding comes up. Swing and a miss by Maulding. Nolan 0 for 3 with a strikeout in Game 1, the left-handed batter. 2-1 Grand Forks, bottom of the first inning, Jamestown batting. Tostenson with the next. Breaking ball is a little outside. Ball 1, strike 1. Colpin with a tying run on second, 2 down. Next pitch. Low and away. Saturday, plenty of action here as the Eagles will host both Post 8 from Pierce, South Dakota, and Detroit Lakes. 3 games here Saturday. 2-1 pitch. Maulding takes it high and away. Eagles and the team from Pierre, South Dakota's capital, at 1. Then Pierre and Detroit Lakes. Then the Eagles and Detroit Lakes all Saturday. High and away ball 4, and it gets back to the backstop. And able to advance to third base is Jackson Colpin
At the plate for the
on the wild pitch.
15, Cody Bush.
So now runners on the corners for Jamestown with 2 out for Cody Bush. Bush went 0 for 2 in game 1 with a strikeout, and here comes a mound visit. We haven't had one of those tonight, have we? Brought to you by Hillerud Construction. There was no need for one in the first game with a brilliant pitching of Gabe Schauer and Jackson Colpin, but a visit for Tostenson here. He's given up 1 hit, but he's walked 2, committed a balk here in this bottom of the first inning. A sacrifice fly has scored the Eagle run. The meeting, no, not over yet. The coach is walking back to the dugout, but the infielders and Larson, the catcher, are still visiting with Tostenson, saying, go get him. Now they're done. And having to dash back to first base is Nolan Maulding, as he and Jackson Colpin, who's on third, were both visiting with Sam Joseph. Now here's Bush, trying to at least tie this game for Jamestown. 2-1 Grand Forks. First and third for Jamestown in the bottom of the first with 2 down. Tostenson will look at first. First pitch is grounded to the right side and past the second baseman Grafenauer to right field. Base hit to tie the game as Colpin scores. Maulding is into second, the 11th RBI for Bush, and we're suddenly right back where we started at 2-2 in a busy opening inning. Maulding on second, Bush now on first, and Ethan Otley comes up. He didn't play in the opener. Before yesterday, 246 for Ethan with a couple of doubles and a triple, and he drops this one into short right field for a base hit. Maulding waved around third, in to score as the cutoff throw is made, and on his way to third is Cody Bush. Ethan Otley with a big 2-out RBI single, and Jamestown has gained their first lead of this evening, up 3-2. An RBI number 12 for Otley, as Edison Walters, the 8th batter in the bottom of the first inning for Jamestown, comes up. This game just a little different than game 1. Walters had the only Jamestown hit in the opener, ball 1 low and away. Beat out that infield single in the 5th inning, but then was picked off, another key play in that first game. Walters has runners on the corners here with 2 down. 3 runs with 2 out for Jamestown here in the bottom of the first inning, now leading Grand Forks 3-2. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Walters. And the count's even at 1-1. Watch this game. Johnny B's Brickhouse brings you the live and archive video of this entire doubleheader. The link to find it is at newsdakota.com, or you can go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. Tostenson 1-1 to Walters. Missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Bush on third and Otley on first. Big 2-out hit there by Ethan. Tostenson looks over to first base. And the next one's coming. And it's low. And that makes it 3-1 to Edison Walters. And stealing second and catching, frankly, Grand Forks napping was Otley. They weren't paying any attention to him. And now they're 2 in scoring position. 3 balls, 1 strike. Tostenson's next to Walters is on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 3-2. So Bush and Otley will be in motion here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Tostenson again to Walters. Fly ball to left field. Irian back on it, trying to reach it. Dives, and he made the catch. Cam Urian had taken a step in on that ball, lost his cap, dove back, made the catch, and saved 2 runs. More brilliant defense by Grand Forks, but a big first inning for Jamestown. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, and they both scored. 2 left at the end of 1 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. How about that first inning on Jamestown 107.1? It is Jamestown 3, Grand Forks 2 in Game 2 of this doubleheader.
Before you can start building a business, you have to have great builders. Hillerud Construction is a builder of high-quality commercial buildings, and they're hiring talented labor and carpenters to help them do just that. Vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and health insurance benefits for full-time employees, plus great pay depending on experience. Apply at 1008 2nd Avenue Southeast, Jamestown, or visit HillerudConstruction.com. Again, visit HillerudConstruction.com, and let's get building.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
There were 3 hits total in Game 1. There were 3 hits for each team in the first inning here in Game 2. Jamestown leading Grand Forks by a score of 3-2. Cam Erie and Max Grafenauer and David Larson, the bottom 3 in the Royals order. In the top of the second inning against Hudson Rohde, now pitching with a lead and delivers the first one low to Erie and went 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in Game 1. And they're next. Low again. Two balls, no strikes to Irian. The next is a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Next one is low and in to the left-handed batter. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cam Irian. Well, not what Hudson Rohde wants to do here after being given the lead. And he missed outside with ball 4. That's his second walk.
At the plate for the Royals, number 8, Max.
So it's second baseman Max Grafenauer up for Grand Forks. 0 for 3 in Game 1. Irian, a little bit of a lead, but he's not a threat to run. First pitch is looped on a hop to the second baseman. Oddly good play to second for 1. The throw's wide by Gaynor, the shortstop. Grafenauer does not advance. It's a forced play, nothing more. 4-6. So just exchange Grafenauer for Irian on the bases, and now there's 1 down.
At the plate for the Royals, number 1, David Larson.
And David Larson at the bat now for Grand Forks, catching in this second game. 7 for 34, that's 206. He has a couple of doubles, and he's driven in 7 runs. Grafenauer in first with 1 down, and a throw over there by Hudson Rohde, who's looking for win number 2. Grand Forks, if you're just with us, 1 game, 1-1. Ball low on the first pitch to Larson. So Grand Forks at the moment 2-7 in league play. Jamestown now at 1-8. Ball 1 to Larson. Rohde's next is a line drive foul out of play on the left field side. The home games here Saturday for the Eagles, and then to the Fargo area twice next week for 2 tough opponents. And we'll have both of those doubleheaders next week here on Jamestown 107.1. 1-1 pitch is a very high pop-up middle of the infield. Who wants it? Second baseman Otley, and he reaches back and has it for the second out. center fielder Molding was coming in, but Otley had that one all the way. 2 down, still on first is Grafenauer, and Braden Breivik comes up. Breivik walked to lead off this game and later scored after scoring the only run in Game 1. We'll be in West Fargo Monday when the Eagles have a doubleheader with those West Fargo Patriots at Young Field. 5:15 our airtime. Brody steps off the mound. And then Wednesday, it is the league leaders, Fargo Post 2 at Williams Stadium. Again, 5:15 here on Jamestown 107.1. Pitch bounces in, and able to stop it is Weber and prevent the runner from advancing. Ball 1. Tying run on first with 2 down. Delivery outside makes it 2-0 to Breivik. A very dangerous hitter, especially when he's ahead in the count, as he is now. The pitch. Hit him on the back of the belt, let's put it. And Grafenauer on to second base, and now 2 on with 2 down for starting pitcher Caden Tostenson. Who singled and scored in the first inning. And takes a first pitch strike from Hudson Rohde. (3-2) Jamestown leading Grand Forks. We're in the top of the second. A turn, a wheel back to second, and a pretty close play, but diving back in is Grafenauer. As the Eagles almost caught the Royals second baseman leaning the wrong way. 0-1 pitch. Bouncer left side, taken at third by Walters. All he has to do is step on the bag for the force, and that's what he does to retire the side. No runs for Grand Forks in the top of the second. No hits, a walk and a hit batter, but 2 left on base. Now to the bottom half of the second inning, Game 2 on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard here on Jamestown 107.1. Grand Forks won the opener 1-0. Jamestown leads the nightcap 3-2.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Nine, 1-2 for Jamestown in the bottom of the second inning. Brenner Weber followed by Thomas Newman and Shane Martin. A 3-2 Jamestown lead after a busy opening inning in Game 2. Grand Forks scored 2 in the top half. Jamestown with 3 in the bottom half. Brenner Weber pinch hit in the 7th inning of Game 1, and that was that line shot down the first base line in which Matt Dosh made a great backhanded catch to end the game. And first ball hitting here, it's a fly ball into the right center field gap. Breivik over, Shower over. It's the center fielder, Breivik, on the warning track and right against the wall to make the catch.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 11, Thomas.
One down, and on a lot of nights that could have been out of here, but I think the wind kept that ball just barely in the park. D.H. Thomas Newman at the bat. Walked and scored the first Eagle run in the first inning, and he takes the ball a little bit high. Boy, Weber really gave that a ride, but Brebick went bat for it. Next his pitch bounces about 3 feet in front of the plate. 2-0 to Thomas Newman. Wind continues to blow strong from the north. It's been 15-20 this whole game, or from the south, I should say. North, south, south. Next pitch is low, and it's 3-0. I'm supposed to have a sense of direction, right? Apparently I don't. The 3-0 pitch is inside a 4-pitch walk, and Newman has walked twice now.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 27, Shane.
Well, he stole another base in the first inning, his 22nd, and always a threat to run. And it looked like he'd been thrown out trying to steal third, but Tostenson committed a balk, and then Newman scored eventually in the sacrifice fly. Shane Martin up. He was caught looking at strike 3 in the first inning. Throw to first, as you would imagine, by Tostenson to make Newman dive back to the bag. Johnny B's Brick House brings you the live and archive video of this game. The link to find it is at newsdakota.com. There goes Newman. Pitch bounces in. No chance for a play on Newman, who steals another base. That's his 23rd. And ball 1 to Martin. Cody Barrett taking care of the video this evening. Thank you, sir. 1 ball, no strikes. Look back at second by Tostenson. Here's the next. And it's way inside, and it's ball 2. Tostenson has thrown 32 pitches, but only 15 strikes so far. And he's down on the count to another hitter, Shane Martin. He waits, he swings, and he misses. 2-1. Newman with the angle lead off second. Pretty good lead. Bluff's going. Throw back to second to bring it back to the bag. Newman was about 15 feet toward third base again. He's trying to make Tostenson balk again, but he didn't. Martin waits with a 2-1 count. Tostenson looks back at Newman again. Dancing. Running. There he goes. Pitch inside. Throw is way high and down the left field line. And it skips past the left fielder earring, allowing Newman to score and making it 4-2 Jamestown. Ooh, the throw way, way, way too high by David Larson. So another stolen base and the error to bring in the run, and Jamestown's lead is now at 4-2. Two and one, 3-1 to Martin. Now the pitch inside for ball 4. And Martin is on. Still only 1 out. Bennett Gaynor coming up. He drove in the first Eagle run with a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the first. Boy, this team just needs a lift. And needs to give themselves some good breaks after they've had a lot of bad ones this season. And this is a good start for Jamestown in Game 2. Tostenson's first pitch. Low, good backhanded stop by Larson, ball 1. Now the bullpen's going to get going for Grand Forks. Ryan Rickow getting ready to warm up. 1-0 pitch. Blowing away 2-0. Snap throw to first. Larson threw down there, but diving back in is Martin. But now it's 2-0 to Bennett Gaynor. As we say with Breivik, Gaynor especially dangerous when ahead in the count. Tostenson, another throw to first. Just lobs it over there this time. Martin does not have a steal. Not taking a very big lead. 2-0 pitch. Inside. And now make it 38 pitches with only 16 strikes for Caden Tostenson. He's struggling. And he's down 3-0 to Gaynor. The 3 of delivery coming. And that's in there for a strike. 3-1. Newman anchored to the bag, just a little bit, or Martin, I should say, with the lead. Now lowing away ball 4. And another walk by Tostenson.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 18.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 of them have scored. And Jackson Colpin comes up. And I would say, and yep, there he goes, Ryan Rickow is starting to get loose. And in this weather, it won't take him long, but Grand Forks may be stalling just a little bit here to let Rickow start to get warmed up, because they know they probably, if Tostenson can't gain his control, stick with him much longer. Colpin doubled and scored in the first inning. 1 out, a run in, first and second. Jamestown now up 4-2 over Grand Forks. Bottom of the second inning in Game 2 after Grand Forks won the opener 1-0. The pitch, low and away again. The 13th Jamestown batter, just 7 first pitch strikes for Caden Tostenson. The 1-0 pitch is bounded to Tostenson at the mound. Throw to second is past both infielders. Oh, my goodness. And on to third is Martin after Gaynor nearly passed him. There were nearly 2 runners on second base.
At the plate, number 30.
So Colpin reaches on the fielder's choice. And the error loads the bases. And first ball hitting and looping into the short right field is Maulding. It's in for a hit. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. That is Gaynor. He's in to score easily. A 2-run single for Nolan Maulding with RBIs 4 and 5. And the Jamestown lead is now 6-2 over Grand Forks. So the air really ends up hurting the Royals. So pitcher or left fielder Cody Bush. Next pitch bounces in, first pitch. And that allows both runners to advance, and it's not getting any easier here for Tostenson. Infield has to come in now, fouled out of play. Cody singled in a run in the first inning. 1-1. 6-2 Jamestown. They have 4 hits. 2 errors for Grand Forks have hurt them. Next pitch with the infield in is a strike on the outside corner. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes to Cody Bush. Tostenson needs a strikeout right here. Here's the next. Swinging a foul at the plate keeps Cody Bush up there. Still at 1-2. Jamestown trying to put some distance between themselves and Grand Forks. They've already put a little bit of distance. Second and third, still only 1 out. That must seem like ages ago for Grand Forks that Weber flew out to start this inning. The last 5 runners have reached. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tostenson on the way to Cody Bush. Bounces in, gets away. Here comes Colpin in the score, and on to third is Nolan Maulding. 7-2 Jamestown. Now it is 2-2 to Bush. And is Ryan Rickow ready yet? Grand Forks might want him to be shortly. Tostenson with the next. Is a grounder right side. It's under the glove of Grafenauer into short right center. And in to score is Bush. Jamestown's lead is now 8-2.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 21, Ethan Otley.
Still only 1 out. See how they score that. Grafenauer was there. And the ball really did go under his glove. First pitch is low and away to Otley. They will call it an error. But it is an RBI for Bush. Ball 1 to Otley, now ball 2. So Cody's now driven in 2 runs and has 12 RBI for the year. 8-2 Jamestown. Boy, do the Eagles need this. Throw over to first makes Bush dive back into the bag. So now the last 6 runners have reached for the Eagles. And they have a 5-run inning working. Pitch low and away, snap throw to first by Larson, but diving back in is Bush, and now it's 3-0 to Ethan Otley. And Ryan Rickow continues to warm up, and you just wonder when Grand Forks might make the move here. Tostenson is deeper and deeper in trouble. 3-0 pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and it's 3-1. 53 pitches, and 29 of them for Caden have been out of the strike zone. 3-1 to Otley. Bounder, backhand stop at third by Griffin, throws to second for the out. That's the only one they get. Good play there by Mason Griffin.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 9.
2 down, and Otley now on first. For Edison Walters, the 9th man to bat in the Jamestown second inning. They've scored 5. They lead 8-2. Walters flew out to end the first inning. Two errors have helped the Eagles, but they have been patient at the plate, too. Low and away, good stop by Larson, ball 1. As Caden Tostenson on the mound continues to put himself in one tough spot after another. Next pitch. Runner not going, not able to stop his swing is Walters, and it's a swinging strike. He's 1-1. 8 runs, 4 hits for Jamestown. No errors. 2 runs, 3 hits. 3 errors now for Grand Forks, and all of these walks. Oh, those bases on balls, Frankie Frisch used to say when he broadcast. Another pitch outside. Now it's 2-1. 5 walks by Tostenson. Walters ahead 2-1. Next pitch is inside, 3 balls and a strike. Well, Rickow not warming up. He may be ready. But they'd like to see Tostenson get through this inning. Swing and a foul. Back to the screen. Good cut by Walters. Now the count's full with 2 down. Payoff pitch coming to Eddie. Walters waits. Tostenson fires. Low and away. Another walk. Ball 4. And Jamestown has batted around in the second inning. And Brenner Weber, who started this inning by flying out, will come in, and he's going to do so against a new pitcher. It's going to be a Hillerud Construction pitching change, and it just was not Caden Tostenson's night. That was his 6th walk. Ryan Rickow will come in. We'll tell you about his numbers next. Jamestown working on a big second inning. They've already scored 5, and they're now in front 8-2 over the Grand Forks Royals. We'll tell you more about the new pitcher, Ryan Rickow, in a moment on Jamestown 107.1.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Original!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weeks.
Ryan Rickow in to try to put out this fire for Grand Forks. Caden Tostenson stays in the game. He's now in left field. Brenner Weber bats. The 10th man to bat in the inning for Jamestown. Takes one high and outside for ball 1. Rickow has a win and a loss and an ERA of 7.18. Big swing and a foul tip at the plate by Weber, and it's 1-1 to him. 12 2/3 innings, 14 runs, 13 earneds for Rickow, 18 hits, struck out just 6 and walked 8. And walks really were the downfall of Tostenson on the hill in this game. He walked 6. 1-1 to Weber, the left-handed batter. Brenner back in. First and second, 2 down, 5 in. Jamestown up by 8-2 on Grand Forks, still in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Bounces in past Larson, couldn't find it for a moment. Throw to third, too late. Another wild pitch advances both runners 90 feet. And it's 2-1 to Weber. So Brenner with a chance to knock in a couple here and ahead in the count. Rickow with the next. Is high and away, ball 3. So right now, Tostenson has given up 8. Both of the runners on base are on his record. The 3-1 is looped foul down the left field line. The count's full. So far, 8 runs Tostenson allowed. He gave up 4 hits, struck out 1. He walked 6. 2 errors didn't help him either in this inning. Payoff pitch to Weber with 2 down is inside, ball 4, and they're loaded.
At the plate, for the Eagles, number 11.
And back up to Thomas Newman, who has walked twice, including earlier in this inning. He has scored twice, and he's stolen 3 more bases in this game. And he has a chance to really punch a hole in this one. Bases loaded, 2 down. Rickow's first pitch. Newman loops it to the left, to the right side of the infield, taken by Grafenauer, the second baseman. The throw is past the pitcher at first. 1 run already in. Here comes another. Newman reaching on the wide throw by Grafenauer. Another error. Weber over to third. 2 runs are in. And now it is a 10-2 Jamestown lead. The third error of this inning. And a 7-run inning. Now it's first and third for Shane Martin. Not an error. They're going to call that a hit. And that was a very difficult play. That's the right scoring decision, I think. First pitch is in for a strike. So, yeah, give Thomas a couple of runs batted in for that. Strike 1 to Martin. Fouls the next one off. So 5 hits now for Jamestown. They're second in this inning. 7 runs and only 2 hits in this second inning. The 12th man to bat is Martin. Newman, by the way, just stole another base. Ho-hum. Ball outside. He stole the base on the first pitch before the one that was fouled off. 1-2. So 4 steals in this game now for Thomas Newman. 1-2. Rick Al's next. Is a grounder up the middle and through for a hit. Here comes Weber. Here comes Newman. There'll be no play on either. A 2-run single by Shane Martin. It is a 9-run inning for Jamestown and a 12-2 Eagle lead. And Martin has RBIs 2 and 3. And Bennett Gaynor at the bat, and the Eagles still don't want to stop. This is their 13th man to bat in the inning. Oh, they've needed an inning like this for weeks. Even though, they did have some wins last week, but boy, this has got to be satisfying for them. Pitch high, ball 1, and frankly, the Grand Forks pitching has helped the Eagles out quite a lot in this game. Gaynor, earlier in the inning, walked and scored, sacrifice fly his first time. Fly ball into right center. Under this one is Brevik. Has it. And that, at last, say Grand Forks, to end the inning, but what an inning for Jamestown. They send 13 to the plate and score 9 runs on 3 hits. 2 errors, and they both really hurt Grand Forks a lot. 1 stranded. Through 2 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. I'm telling you, again, the Eagles needed this. Jamestown has a 12-2 lead over Grand Forks on Jamestown 107.1.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit jamestowncountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867.
Well, what a lead Hudson Rohde has now. 12-2 Jamestown. Grand Forks up in the third with Griffin, Hogginson, Matt Dosh, and Gabe Schauer, and the Royals have a long fight back ahead of them. Hogginson singled in a run in the first inning, and he takes ball 1 low and away to start the third. David Burrow with you at Jack Brown Stadium. Pitch is a fly ball into center field. Easy play for Nolan. Well, no, it isn't so easy. Oh, it's way over his head. That's not an easy play at all. It's to the wall. That ball just kept carrying. Griffin Hogginson's in with a double. Well, that was timed well for him. He hit the ball hard, not to take away from how he hit it, but not as much of a wind gust. And Nolan Maulding thought he was going to have an easy play on that one. It rolled all the way to the wall, and Hogginson has a leadoff double in the third inning. Now first baseman Matt Dosh for the Royals, who grounded into a double play in the first inning. First pitch from Rohde is ball 1, outside. Oddly over there near the bag. Now he's not, with a 10-run lead. Here is one off the end of the bat into short right field. Taken by Martin. Shane has it, brings it right back in. There's one out. And Hogginson must stay at second base. And Martin, boy, what an arm he just showed, bringing that ball back into the infield. One down, and Gabe Schauer, the right, Ryan Rickow is the batter, as he's batting in this spot in the order, and he takes one low. And here's a pitch that is grounded. Colpin at first base. Oop, dropped it. Brody was there to cover the bat, but Jackson Colpin dropped the ball. And everybody's safe.
At the plate for the Royals, number 11, Mason Griffin.
So Rickow reaches on an error. And Mason Griffin at the bat. And he took a strike. Throw to first. Diving back in is Rickow. First and third now with one out. A swinging strike 2 by Mason Griffin, who tapped back to the mound his first time. First and third, one out. Next pitch. Line drive. Caught by the shortstop. Gainer and a throw to third. Just back in there is Walters, 2 down. 2 Walters just back in there is Hogginson. They nearly double Hogginson off.
At the plate, number 3, Cam Iron for the Royals.
Cam Iron, the batter. So it was Iron that stayed in the game. Schauer out. And Iron took a strike. He walked his first time in this game. 0 for 3 in game 1. A 9-run second inning has Jamestown 12-2 up on Grand Forks top of the third. Pitch high and away. Oops, got to do this. Hang on. Next pitch. Swing and a miss by Iron. Hope the FCC isn't paying too close attention. I've done them once an hour, just a little later than they should be. Don't get on me too much. Rhodey with a 1-2 to Iron. First and third, 2 down. Jamestown with a 10-run lead over Grand Forks top of the third. Foul out of play by Iron. Weber's going to take a look, but it's out of the ballpark. 53 pitches now for Rhodey. He's thrown 29 strikes. 12 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Jamestown. 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for Grand Forks. In the top of the third inning after Grand Forks, if you're just joining us, won a brilliant pitching duel in the opener, 1-0. The next one is strike 3 called, and Aaron just stood there and watched it go by. And the inning comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit, an error, and 2 left in the Grand Forks third. We head to the last of the third inning on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard. On Jamestown 107.1 in Game 2 of this doubleheader, it is Jamestown 12, Grand Forks 2.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring, and this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection. Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smphealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smphealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smphealth.org/Ave Maria.
Ryan Rickow was brought in, well, eventually he put out the fire in the Jamestown third, but not after he gave up 2-run singles Not until after he gave up 2-run singles to Thomas Newman and Shane Martin for the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th runs of Jamestown's second inning that has moved them to a 12-2 lead over Grand Forks in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Jackson Colpin, the first baseman, leads off. It's the middle of the Eagle order in the last of the third. He'll be followed by Nolan Maulding and Cody Bush. And the Eagles know now that if they can keep this 10-run lead, they're 6 outs away from a split. Rick Howell's first pitch. High ball 1. And any chance to save pitching, yeah, the Eagles will take it. Next pitch is a line drive past the second baseman Grafenauer, whose leap didn't make it. It's into right field for the 7th hit of the game for Jamestown and the 2nd for Colpin.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 30, Nolan.
And Nolan Maulding at the bat. He also had a 2-run single in that big second inning. He's also walked and scored twice. Seven runs and only 9 runs, I should say, and only 3 hits for the Eagles in the second inning. Rickow's first pitch to the left-handed hitting Maulding, low for ball 1. Can't have a bigger contrast between games than we've had here. After the brilliant pitching of Schauer and Colpin in Game 1, throw over to first, where Jackson Colpin pitched a 2-hitter and lost 1-0 because Grand Forks gave Schauer pitched a 1-hitter. Not to mention great defense behind him. And the Eagles played well defensively in the opener, too. Next pitch is high. Now it's 2-0 to Maulding. So the final line for Caden Tostenson, he probably doesn't want me to tell you about it, but I will. Here's the pitch to Maulding. Fouled out of play. It's 2-1. An inning and a third, 10 runs, 6 earned, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 6 walks. Told you wouldn't want me to tell you about it. 2-1 from Rick Howe to Maulding. It's coming, and it's fouled out of play. 2-2 to Nolan. Starting to look better at the plate after joining this team during the season. They needed some more help with Newman playing off and on. Needed another bat. A left-handed bat's always useful. Next pitch bounces in and, in fact, hits Maulding. He's on, and the first 2 are on in the Jamestown third inning. And Cody Bush is up, and he's driven in 2 already. RBI single in the first, and drove in a run when he reached on an error in that big second inning. And it's already been a long, long second game for the Grand Forks Eagles. Rick Howe looks back at second. Here's his first pitch. Swing and a miss. Ooh, Cody Bush had a big cut, strike 1. Runners with their leads. Colpin at second, Maulding at first. Next one's low. Twins baseball back here on Jamestown 107.1 tomorrow evening with the Pittsburgh Pirates. First of the last series before the All-Star break, 6:30 tomorrow evening. 1-1 from Rick Howe. Is a looping liner, short center field. It's in for a hit. Colpin at third. They'll hold him up there as it's quickly brought back in by Breivik. But station-to-station baseball's just fine for the Eagles there, who've now loaded the bases with nobody out. And Ethan Otley comes up. And Otley, you know he has power. He has already shown it this year. No home runs as an Eagle yet, but he's certainly got at least extra base power. He is an RBI single and a fielder's choice in this game, and he takes strike 1 from Ryan Rickow. They're loaded. The 0-1 pitch is a ground ball. Left side in for a hit. Colpin's in to score. Brought back in by Tostenson, but Maulding's waved around. Through the plate's too late. Two-run single for Otley. Bush to second. The Jamestown lead is now at 14-2 over Grand Forks, and that's 3 RBI in this game for Ethan Otley. And there's still nobody out. And Edison Walters comes up. And there's no action in the Grand Forks bullpen. They're saying to Ryan Rickow, you're out there for the duration, possibly, buddy. Walters has flown out, walked, and scored a run. His first pitch. Swing and a miss. Or a foul tip, anyway. Strike one. So unless there's quite a miracle, both of these teams are going to be 2-8 in league play at the end of the night. It would take a mammoth rally by Grand Forks. They're down 12. Foul back by Eddie Walters. He's down on the count 0-2. It's only the third inning, but 12 runs is quite a hill to climb. 0-2 to Walters. 2 on. There's still nobody out, first and second. Rickow, ready and fires. And misses low. That's the Eagle dugout you hear. Joseph especially. Glad that Eddie Walters took that pitch. He's waiting on a 1-2 from Rickow. Here it is. And a looping liner down the right field line. In for a hit in front of Shower. Bush had to hesitate. He is stopped as he's just around third. Walters on with the 10th Jamestown hit. There's still nobody out and the bases are loaded. And the batter is Brenner Weber. Came up twice in the second inning, flew out first, and then later he walked and scored. (14-2) Jamestown. Bottom half of the third inning. Pitch is a pop foul, third base side. Griffin's over, taking a look, but it's out of play. Newman has one hit, Martin 1, Colpin 2, Maulding 1, Bush 2, Otley 2, now Walters with 1. So Gaynor and Weber are the only batters in the lineup that don't have a hit yet. The Eagles now have 10 hits. They've out-hit Grand Forks 10-4. Strike one to Weber. Rickow's next pitch is in tight and low. The first 5 have reached for Jamestown here in the bottom of the third. They've scored twice. They have a 14-2 lead over Grand Forks. Bases loaded. Next pitch is low and in again, and it's 2-1. And this night is getting sadder for the Royals and happier for the Eagles in Game 2 anyway. Another one low and in, and it's ball 3, and there is no room for Weber. Three balls and a strike. Here is the next. It is low, ball 4. Another walk brings in another run. And it is 15-2 Jamestown, and that is the 8th walk by Grand Forks pitching, and now 2, 4, 5, 6 of them have scored. And Thomas Newman bats for the 4th time in the bottom of the third inning. He's walked twice, had a 2-run single in the second inning, and he scored 3 runs. First pitch to him here from Rickow. It's in for a strike. Grand Forks pitchers, who are in the bottom of the third, have already thrown 95 pitches. Strike one to Newman, bounced way in behind Larson. He can't find it. In to score is Otley. And the other runners move up. Walters to third and Weber to second, and now the Jamestown lead is 16-2. And the count's 1-1 to Thomas Newman. And the Eagles, you got to know, are enjoying this. Ball and a strike. Newman with a pop fly, left side of the infield. Hogginson wants it. The shortstop has it. And there, on the 7th batter of the inning, is the first out. Both runners must hold.
The plate for the Eagles, number 27, Shane.
And Shane Martin comes up. And Martin, right after Newman had that 2-run single late in that big second inning, well, Martin had a 2-run single himself. Second and third, now one down. First pitch to Shane is a bouncer foul wide of third. Traffic going on there. Griffin was trying to reach it and taking his lead in foul ground. Walters was trying to stay out of the way. Strike one. Long look in by Ryan Rickau, R-I-C-H-A-U. Next one to Martin, missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one to Martin. Here's the next. And it's a strike at the letters, and now it's 1 and 2. 8th man to bat in the third inning for Jamestown. If they had 13 batters in the bottom of the second and scored 9, they've scored 4 in this inning. 1-2 pitch is a line drive right field, in for a hit. Walters is in to score. Weber makes the turnaround third and is held up. Shane Martin has his third RBI of this game, and now it's 17-2 for Jamestown.
At the plate for the Eagles, number 5, Bennett Gaynor.
And Bennett Gaynor at the bat. Gaynor, the 9th man to bat in the inning, sacrificed fly in the first, walked, scored, and then later flew out in the second. So the Eagles continuing to pad this lead. 3 in the first, 9 in the second, 5, and still batting with 1 out in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Gaynor. Way inside, nearly hit him. Ball 1. A 17-2 Jamestown lead. What a second game for the Eagles. 1-0 delivery. Missed inside, ball 2. Haven't we said that a lot? Next pitch, way high and made Gaynor duck, ball 3. That one a little wild from Rickau. Fastball was way inside. Easily the most runs that the Eagles have scored this season. Their previous high was 10. 3-0 to Gaynor. He took a strike. Ninth man to bat in the inning. It's first and third, still only 1 out. And here is the next. Grounder between the hole, third and short, base hit. Weber's in to score, Martin at second. Bennett Gaynor drives in his second run of the game. And Jamestown leads Grand Forks by a score of 18-2. And Jackson Colpin up. And the Eagles have batted around again. They now have 12 hits. Colpin has 2 of them. Double, single, reached on a fielder's choice 2, and he scored 3 times already. And the first one bounces 3 feet in front of the plate, ball 1. Rickau with the next to Colpin. Low again, ball 2. Rickau just came in last inning. He's already thrown 48 pitches. And again, there's nobody warming up behind him. 2-0. In there for a strike, 2-1. Well over 100 pitches now thrown by Grand Forks pitchers in this game, and there's one out in the last of the third. The next bounced over the mound. Charging is the second baseman Grafenauer. Throw to first on a bounce. Got him there. Good play. Both Martin and Gaynor advance, so now 2 down and runners at second and third. But that was a good play first to charge it by Grafenauer, and there again, Matt Dosh making another good play at first base, scooping that ball out of the dirt. So now Nolan Maulding, who was hit by a pitch and scored earlier in this inning, has a 2-run single, walk, hit batter, 3 runs scored. And he has 2 in scoring position here. Fargo Post 2 scored 23 on this team earlier in this year. The Eagles have 18. First one to Maulding. Low ball 1. You got to get ahead of hitters. This is the 32nd Jamestown batter, just 15 first pitch strikes. Next pitch is a very high pop-up right side. The first baseman near the bag, Dosh, wants it. Matt has it. And that retires the side, but Jamestown has another enormous inning. They score 6 more, send 11 more to the plate, 6 runs on 6 hits. No errors, another walk, another hit batter, and 2 left. Through 3 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Jamestown in firm control of Game 2 here on Jamestown. 107.1. They lead Grand Forks 18-2.
It's Twins baseball season, and at RM Stout Incorporated, we're hitting a grand slam of deals on new and used vehicles. Just like the Twins, we're dedicated to winning for you. From sleek sedans and SUVs to powerful trucks, find your perfect ride at RM Stout Inc. We've got the selection, the service, and the financing options you need. So root for the Twins and cruise on down to RM Stout today. Visit us in Jamestown. Call 701-252-2270 or browse online at stoutcars.com. RM Stout Incorporated, for the best value.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at TRAC. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out TRACJamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
They can really pitch free and easy with a 16-run lead, and that's what Hudson Rhodey and the Jamestown Eagles have now. 3 in the first, 9 in the second, 6 in the third, 18-2. Jamestown leads Grand Forks as this game moves to the 4th inning. David Burrow with you from Jack Brown Stadium, and we're glad you're with us. Max Grafenauer, David Larson, and Braden Brevick, 9-1-2 in the Grand Forks order. Hudson Rhodey's first pitch is a called strike. For Hudson, his 55th pitch, 31 strikes. Jamestown 6 outs away from splitting this doubleheader. Low and away, backhand stop by Brenner Weber behind the plate, ball 1. It's Jackson Colpin at first base, Ethan Otley at second, Bennett Gaynor at short, Eddie Walters at third, Cody Bush in left, Nolan Maulding in center, and Shane Martin in right with Brenner Weber behind the plate. And the next one's in for a strike, and Grafenauer is in the hole, 1-2. Rhodey ready with the next. And a fly ball foul out of play on the first base side. Twins this weekend with the Pirates, Joe Ryan and Paul Skeens. The pitching matchup at Target Field tomorrow night, 6:30 on Jamestown 107.1. Next pitch. Bouncer to third, big hop, easily taken by Walters. Throw across, out at first. That's 1 down in the Grand Forks 4th inning.
At the plate for post 6, Royal.
And David Larson, the catcher at the bat, he popped out his first time up in the 2nd inning. And then 12:30 on Saturday, for the Twins and Pirates here, and 12 noon starting with Inside Twins on Sunday. And then it's the All-Star break. And remember, we have Eagles action for you on Monday and Wednesday next week. First pitch to Larson from Rhodey, low. Monday, Eagles and the defending AA Legion champion West Fargo Patriots from Young Field. 5:15 our airtime. 1-0 pitch is low, ball 2. And then on Wednesday, Fargo Post 2, the unbeaten league leader at 14-0 right now. Fly ball, foul hit hard, but way out of play by Larson, 2-1. 5:15 again on Wednesday. And then we'll cover the Eagles in the AA Legion State Tournament in Williston. 2-1 pitch, swing, and a foul tip by Larson. That tournament begins on Monday, July 28th with the 7 versus 10 and 8 versus 9 games at Artie Noffett Stadium. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Larson. Second strikeout for Hudson Rhodey. 2 up and 2 down in the Grand Forks fourth. 4 outs to go for Jamestown now, and Braden Brevick bats for Grand Forks. After having the double and the only run scored in the first game, in this game he has walked, been hit by a pitch, and scored a run, and takes ball 1 low. Dusk here at 8:45. Pitch is a strike. 1-1. But by rule, can't turn the lights on now. Have to wait till the next inning. Pitch inside. That's the rule. You can only turn the lights on at the end of an inning. Fairness, you know. 2-1 pitch. Low, 3-1. Still plenty of light. As the days start to get just a little tiny bit shorter, here's a pop-up right side. This will be an easy play for Otley. Ethan's under it and has it. And Hudson Rhodey has just pitched a 1-2-3 inning. On the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard to the bottom of the fourth. Jamestown all over Grand Forks by a score of 18-2 on Jamestown 107.1.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
One more shot the Eagles hope in this game. They'll send up Cody Bush, Ethan Otley, Edison Walters, 6, 7, 8, bottom of the fourth. 3 outs away from a split of this doubleheader as they're leading Grand Forks 18-2 after scoring 3 in the first, coming from 2 runs down, 9 in the second, and 6 in the third. Bush in this game, 2 singles, drove in a run when he reached on an error, and he scored a run. Ryan Rickow asked to finish this out for Grand Forks. Long look in. Here's the first to Bush. And he's first ball hitting, flies it into left field, but under it is Tostenson has it. 1 pitch, 1 out in the last of the fourth inning for Jamestown. And Ethan Otley is up. Ethan has driven in 3 in this game. 2 singles, fielder's choice, scored twice, and he takes ball 1. And the next from Rickow is a fly ball into right field. Long, but foul. Good ride given by Ethan, but plenty foul to even the count of 1-1. And the wind, which, as we've been telling you, had been blowing pretty strong, has now died down. 1-1. It's a bouncer to the left side. It's to the shortstop, Hogginson. Throws across, got him at first, and there's 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. And Edison Walters with 1 more time at bat in this game. Single and 2 at bats, also has drawn one of the 8 walks issued by Grand Forks, and he scored twice. Everybody in the lineup has scored at least 1 run. Ryan Rickow's first pitch misses inside. Again, come here on Saturday and you'll see some baseball. Plenty of good action as the Eagles will host 2 teams. Next pitch is in for a strike. Post 8 from Pierce, South Dakota. Eagles play them at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon here. Pitch low 2-1. Then it's Post 8 and Detroit Lakes. And then the Eagles play Detroit Lakes all on Saturday here at Jack Brown Stadium. 2 more home doubleheaders in the last week of the regular season in Double-A play. Pitch in for a strike, and it's now 2-2 to Eddie Walters. Rickow looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here it comes. Strike 3 called at the knees, and Rickow does have his 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 5th, and with this big lead, it's the last chance for Grand Forks, and they need a lot of traffic on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard at the end of 4 on Jamestown 107.1. It's Jamestown 18, Grand Forks 2.
Get ready for your child's next sports season with the comprehensive Well Child Visit or Sports Physical at Essentia Health. Our team ensures your child is fit and ready to perform at their best by updating immunizations, discussing mental health concerns, and answering questions about nutrition and safety. Schedule now at essentiahealth.org for a convenient appointment that fits your schedule. And stay ahead of the game.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Hudson Rhodey looking to finish out a complete game victory as Grand Forks needs 7 runs just to keep this game going because Jamestown leads 18-2 in the top of the 5th inning at Jack Brown Stadium, and they still haven't turned the lights on, which makes me say I don't think they're going to. Caden Tostenson, Griffin Hogginson, and Matt Dosh for Grand Forks in the 5th inning. Rhodey is allowed 2 runs, 4 hits. He struck out 2 in the first pitch. First ball hitting is Tostenson. Looper into short right. Coming on to make the catch. Good play, Shane Martin. And that's 1. Again, not the easiest ball to pick up off the bat in the twilight. And Martin made a good running catch. Second baseman Otley was there to help out, but Shane had it. What a good game he's had. Now Griffin Hogginson, who has 2 of the 4 Grand Forks hits. RBI single in the first, doubled in the third. See if he's first ball hitting. He didn't, but he took a strike. Shadows completely have enveloped at least most of the field here. Ball one low. Sun peeking through again, but it's ready to set. A sliver of light on the shortstop and third base side and in the third base dugout. Here's a fly ball into center field. Should be an easy play for Maulding. Nolan comes in, 2 down and 1 to go.
At the plate for the Royals, number 13, Matt.
And Matt Dosh is the last chance for Grand Forks. He's had a fine night, though, especially defensively, and drove in the only run for the Royals in Game 1, and in this game he is grounded into a double play and flown out. 18-2, Jamestown, 2 out in the top of the 5th, 1 out from a split of the doubleheader. And the first pitch misses inside. Again, we're with you from West Fargo Monday, 5:15 for the doubleheader between the Eagles and West Fargo Patriots. Next pitch, couldn't stop his swing. It's called strike anyway to Dosh, 1-1. Johnny B's Brick House with a live and archive video. They bring it to you. Find the link at newsdakota.com. Bouncer left side off of the glove of Walters, and he won't be able to make a play. And Dosh is on to extend this game at least one more batter.
At the plate, number 12, Gabe Shower.
They call that a base hit, the 5th of the game for Grand Forks, and Gabe Showers at the bat. Or I should say Ryan Rickow is at the bat. He's in Showers' old spot. Rickow, his first time up, reached on an error, and he takes a ball outside right here. 77 pitches for Hudson Rohde, 44 strikes. He's allowed 5 hits. Next one is inside, 2-0. They're not concerned at all about Matt Dosh at first with a 16-run lead. Strike call as Rickow tried to stop his swing. Didn't matter. It's a called strike, and it's 2-1. Armstout postgame show coming up. Tough loss for the Eagles in the opener, but patience and booming bats have helped the Eagles in Game 2. Foul back to the screen, 2-2, and Grand Forks is down to its last strike of the night. Nolan Maulding's ready to leap over the rail and celebrate. Pitch. High and outside. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Is low, and it's ball 4, so 2 on now with 2 out. And Mason Griffin has one more chance to hit for Grand Forks. The Royal third baseman has bounced out and lined out. Now here come the lights on. First delivery to Griffin. He took ball 1 inside. After 2 out, the infield hit by Dosh and the walk to Rickow. Next pitch. Rolled it to the right side, past the dive of Colpin into the right field for a base hit. Held up at third is Dosh. Rickow's on to second. Mason Griffin with a single and the 6th hit for Grand Forks. So now the bases are loaded with 2 down. But remember that the Royals have to score 7 in this inning just to send this game to the bottom of the 5th. Cam Iron has walked and struck out. He's up now, the left-handed batter. Rohde delivers. A little low. On his 85th pitch. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks now. And here is a fly ball into right field, back toward the wall and off the wall as Martin can't catch up with it. Dosh has scored. Rickow is in. On to third is Griffin. Cam Iron has a 2-run double. And the Jamestown lead is now 18-4 over Grand Forks.
At the plate, number 8, Max Grafenauer.
So second and third now with 2 down, and Max Grafenauer has a chance to hit. Fielder's choice. And force out, and a ground ball for Grafenauer. 0 for 2 in this game, 0 for 5 now in the doubleheader. Runners with their leads off second and third. Rohde's first pitch is in there for a strike. Well, the Eagles have been down to the last strike once. Next one, a little low. But you know they want Rohde to finish this up and have to use only two pitchers this evening. Colpin had a complete game in the opener, two-hitter, which he lost. 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2, and for the second time, Jamestown's within a strike of a victory, which would be their 11th overall, their second in league play. 1-2. Next one to Grafenauer, bounced foul past third. Cameron with a two-run double to bring in the third and fourth runs for Grand Forks, but they're down 2 touchdowns. Next pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Not able to hang on is Weber. And it's still a ball and 2 strikes to Max Grafenauer. He's fouled off 4 in a row. Another meeting with East Grand Forks coming up next. Here's the pitch. Low and blocked by Weber. Now it's 2-2. Breivik had a 2-homer, 6 RBI game, Braden Breivik, earlier this season against East Grand Forks, their rival across the state line. Here's the 2-2. Fouled again out of play by Grafenauer. He's had 3 two-strike foul balls and 4 overall in this plate appearance, and he's about to see his 8th pitch from Rohde, which will be his 94th. 2-2 is coming. And a fly ball short center. Under it. Has it. Put it in the record book, baby. The Jamestown Eagles with a route to come up with a double-header split. Final score in the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard at Jack Brown Stadium. The Jamestown Eagles 18, the Grand Forks Royals 4. Jamestown now 11-24 overall. They're 2-8 in AA league play. And for Grand Forks, they're now at 8-13 overall. And they're also 2-8 in league play. Stay tuned because the Armstown postgame show comes up next here on Jamestown 107.1.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Linton, and Wishing, as well as Gilbert, Arizona. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Before you can start building a business, you have to have great builders. Hillerud Construction is a builder of high-quality commercial buildings, and they're hiring talented labor and carpenters to help them do just that. Vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and health insurance benefits for full-time employees, plus great pay depending on experience. Apply at 1008 2nd Avenue Southeast, Jamestown, or visit HillerudConstruction.com. Again, visit HillerudConstruction.com, and let's get building.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
After a tough luck loss in Game 1 of this AA Legion doubleheader to Grand Forks, the Eagles came out with not only patience but bats blazing in Game 2, an 18-4 Jamestown win in the run rule in 5 to come back for a split of this twin bill. For Jamestown, 18 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 5. Grand Forks, 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 7 left. Complete game win for Hudson Rohde. He improves to 2-4. Losing pitcher Caden Tostenson now 0-4. Grand Forks scored 2 in the opening inning on our Armstown postgame report. as Griffin Hogginson and Gabe Schauer had RBI singles, but the Eagles came back in the bottom half of the first inning. Bennett Gaynor with a sacrifice fly, and Cody Bush and Ethan Otley had RBI singles, and Jamestown led 3-2. And then as Tostenson continued to struggle in the bottom of the second, Jamestown scored 9 and sent 13 to the plate. Thomas Newman scored on an error after the third of his 4 stolen bases. And then later in the inning, another run scored on a wild pitch. Nolan Maulding had a 2-run single, so did Newman, and so did Shane Martin. Another run scored on an error. Then in the third inning, Jamestown sent 11 more to the plate, and Ethan Otley had a 2-run single, and Shane Martin and Bennett Gaynor had RBI singles as well in that big inning with another run scoring on a wild pitch. And Jamestown picks up league win number 2. They improve to 2-8 and stay even with the Grand Forks Royals. So still 4 more Legion doubleheaders remain for the Eagles. Our RM Stout postgame show. RM Stout is your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. So next for the Eagles, action here. If you want to come out and see it, should be, I think, a pretty nice Saturday. The rain's supposed to get out of here by then. And 3 games are on the docket. First, it's the Eagles and Post 8 from Pierce, South Dakota. They'll play at 1 o'clock. And then it's Post 8 and Detroit Lakes following that. And then the Eagles and Detroit Lakes. That's Saturday. We'll next be with the Eagles, remember, on Monday when they play the defending AA Legion state champion West Fargo Patriots at Young Field in West Fargo, and we'll be on the air at 5:15 on Monday, and that'll be followed by the AA leaders, right now unbeaten in the league, 14-0, Fargo Post 2 at Williams Field in Fargo on Wednesday, and our airtime also 5:15. Before that, plenty of Twins baseball over the weekend in the last series before the All-Star break. Twins lost to the Cubs today 8-1, preventing a possible Twins sweep of that series. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates for more interleague play tomorrow night and through the weekend with Joe Ryan facing Paul Skeens in an incredible mound matchup. Tomorrow evening, 6:30, middle game of the series, 12:30 on Saturday, and then Inside Twins starts things at 12 noon on Sunday. Our thanks to the folks with the Eagles and at Jack Brown Stadium. Thanks also to Cody Barrett for taking care of the video, with a reminder that we've been live, and shortly the archive of this game can be seen. We have the link to it at newsdakota.com, or just go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. I'm David Burrow. Brilliant pitching in Game 1. Grand Forks outlasting Jamestown 1-0 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, but then all Eagles in Game 2 with easily their highest offensive output of the season, winning the nightcap 18-4. Thanks for being with us, and good evening from Jack Brown Stadium.